footy. Played 3 quarters, and the quarter that they didn't play was the 3rd quarter, the premiership quarter. They were down 19 points at the end of that quarter. If they'd actually played as they did in the first, second and last, they probably would have won the game. So one of those things again, Fred, to make sure that you play out a game.
Oh, absolutely. I've been watching Tiwi for a while, and I think they play each quarter as a merit, but I think they're a confidence team as well. And I think it's up to the leaders. So I've met like Patrick Keenan, Ross Tungatalam, Harley Purutalameri, Bradley, Parakamini, Jack Monaghetti. Those are probably some of the leaders in the Tiwi Bombers that can stand up. And if they can really stand up and not only run offensively, but run defensively as well, and do this little 1%ers, they've got a good chance of upsetting Saints as well. I think for Saints, like I said, some of the good players to watch out for Saints is Shawnee Edwards, Kieran Parnell, Nathaniel Paredes, who's I think have been up and down as well this season. Jackson Calder, I'm putting the emphasis on Jackson Calder to really stand up and have a big game. I think Saints are yet to find to me, a really dominant full forward to really grab a game by the scruff. I think, and young Bo Ted Castle's really stepped up, and if he can continue to have his 2 or 3 games, you know, for a young guy like that to step into a thing. But it'd be interesting to see the leaders of St. Mary's to step up, and to me, what'll be interesting for me to watch is the forward line position, because I think Saints have got a good center line, back line, but their forward line can struggle, and I think for me that's where they win and lose games.
I mean, the thing that I found surprising, I know this is my first call, but to always look at a St. Mary's team list and never see a Rioli on there does not happen very often.
Yeah, that's a fair call, Tash.
It does not happen very often over the, you know, how many years that you do not see a Rioli name on that team sheet.
It's either, particularly for the last 5, 6, 7 years, it's either been Ben Rioli or Shannon Rioli.
At least one. There's
at least one of them. Of course, Shannon Rioli, I noticed in the media recently, he was just saying that probably 1 or 2 weeks away still, playing in Division 1, playing in the heat of Division 1. He'll be so annoyed with that. Looking forward to coming back to Premier League. And his side really looking forward to having him back as well. I
was lucky enough to see Ben Rioli winning premiership with South Fremantle in the Waffle, seen it on TV. So from all reports and talking to people down in Perth, that he played really well, and he really adjusted to life in Perth and South Fremantle club really well. Unfortunately for St. Mary's for that, but good. He deserves it. You know, everyone's seen what quality player he's been over the years, and well deserved, Ben. So the toss has been held in the middle of the ground, Patrick Keenan, and interestingly, with the absence of both Shannon Rioli and also Raphael Clark today, both of them, of course, the co-captain. Sean Edwards was the one who went to the middle for the green and gold, and Patrick Keenan, I think, won the toss. So if I read the pointing and the arm directions correctly, I think the Tiwi Bombers kicking to the airport end, so to the right of your radio in the first quarter. So players, St. Mary's taking their position. Anthony Long playing for the first time too this season, so great to see him back in the green and gold. Tiwi Bombers in a huddle in the forward 50, or as we look at the ground, Tash and Fred, it's not the forward 50 this time, it's the forward 500. So I'm not sure what's happened there. That's for the road safety. It is the road safety round, so they're trying to keep, that's how many people have been injured in road accidents, including the deaths as well. So they're trying to keep the amount down, and I see that Waratahs as well did a bit of a thing yesterday. Of course, one of their players, Rucho, was killed earlier on in the year, so they're doing a bit of work there. Is this Jack Williams' first game back in Premier League? It is, isn't it? Yep. What an inclusion that is too. Haven't seen his name for quite some time for St. Mary's. I think he adds a bit of experience, especially into the centre line. Bit of body too. Yeah, he's a bigger body, so it'll be interesting to see how Tiwi can counter that. But I think the centre line is going to be interesting. I'm watching all the NTFL games. It's won and lost in the centre, so it'll be interesting to see who makes the most of it and who makes the least amount of errors. What I've also noticed about the NTFL is the team that turnovers guaranteed a goal. So the team that makes the least amount of errors. Yes, errors in footy, or errors at any higher level of sport. Fred, as you say. Yeah, costly. Turnovers, especially the kicking these days. Yeah. And also making the most of the opportunities in front of goals. Well, the umpire holds the ball aloft. Saints kicking to the Michael Long centre end. Tiwi to the airport end. Monaghetti in the ruck, loses out to Ryan Smith. He gets a handball away. That handball goes to Fletcher Carroll. At half forward now, Williams in a tackle. Players down for both Saints and Tiwi in the middle of the ground. Williams with ball in hand, and the umpire says, yep, you've been wrapped up well, I'll take it. Smith wins the ruck contest, gets that down there to a player in Charlie Furphy. To half forward, and the mark taken
by Sean Edwards. He's taken that at 49 metres from goal. He may fancy himself here, Sean Edwards. This would be a great way for him to start. Great way for him to start. Interesting, the number Sean Edwards has on his back is 0.
It's to do with the road safety as well.
Again, I was waiting for you to say that, Tash. That's a great effort here by the clubs and AFLNT. Kick on its way from Sean Edwards. That is a super kick. His first kick for the afternoon. The man with the 0 on the back, Sean Edwards, straight through for a goal from 49 metres out. What a kick. St Mary's one straight. Tiwi yet to score. Fred Murphy, that's the way you want to start.
Absolutely, and I think it started with a clearance there from Ryan Smith. Got the ball out with St Mary's player, kicked it forward, and Shawnee Edwards took a really great mark. From 50 metres out, Shawnee Edwards is a really good kick, and he's had a really great season. So he's really playing in front, and he's really stepped up as one of the leaders for St Mary's.
So back in the middle, Ryan Smith and Monaghetti going at it for many years. Ryan Smith, very experienced. Umpire throws it up. Smith jumped early, so Monaghetti with an easy hit down. Paredes is there for St Mary's, trying to shovel it out, tackle to the ground, out to the side. St Mary's kick it forward. Sean Edwards again just out manoeuvres his opponent, has a bounce into 35 metres out, has a ping, and it's gone straight across the face, and it's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. He probably should have put that to the top of the square.
Yeah, absolutely. And someone like Jackson Kohler, who in the forward line could have asked for the ball, but yeah, it's about being 100% right and putting it on top of the square.
Especially one-on-one.
So boundary throw in now, left forward pocket for St Mary's. Players steadying themselves here. Grenfell this time to go up in the ruck contest against Monaghetti. Monaghetti gets to the front of the contest, coming through strongly there for St Mary's. A quick kick and out of bounds on the full. That player there with the quick kick away. Jack Williams, welcome back to the green and gold. His first possession.
It'll be interesting to see if Saints can keep the ball inside their forward 50.
So Mason DeWitt now been a tremendous player for Tiwi this season. Goes off on a loping run. In pursuit there was Jackson Calder. Long kick out towards half back. Tiwi's in possession now. Nice little chip comes to Adam Tipungwuti. Tipungwuti with a long kick. Good entry inside 50. Oh, splits the middle. Unfortunate for the Tiwi Bombers. The target was Harley Purantatameri. Picking up the footy was Jack Musgrove. Takes the mark. A nice little chip goes to Anthony Long.
Anthony Long for St Mary's, centre half back. Just chips it over to the right as we just see a strike of lightning. That was getting a bit closer. So St Mary's look to go back. Kicks it into the defensive 50. Just looking to switch. Drop mark. The St Mary's player gets around Musgrove. Gets the kick away. Musgrove's going to be chopped off. Aaron Christensen probably could have taken the mark. He's thumped it away. 2-on-1. St Mary's are going to clean up. Dangerous kick into Williams. Williams takes the mark. Quickly plays on. St Mary's down to the wing. Grandstand wing. And a good mark taken by St Mary's here in Harry Williams.
So Williams now with the little chip. Goes to Sean Edwards. Finds him at centre wing. Looking to play on quickly here. Now called to play on. Kicks long. Down towards half forward, no mark taken by St Mary's, but a terrific grab taken by Nicholas Hooker for the Tiwi Bombers. Nicholas Hooker in hard was Anthony Long on Adam Tipungwuti. Ball falls to Lachlan Taylor for the green and gold. He kicks long down towards Grenfell. Did he take the slips catch? Not called. Tiwi Bombers there in numbers, bringing the ball in on Grenfell, asking for a holding the ball decision. The ball flicks out the back, charging in strongly. Lloyd Raymond gets a kick away. Calder's there, so too Mason DeWitt. Off hands. Lloyd Raymond in strongly again. Gets it off to Sean Edwards. The snap on goal. And he had an opportunity perhaps to handball over the top to Calder. Perhaps a little bit much of an ask for that. A point is the score, and Mason DeWitt plays on quickly for Tiwi.
And St Mary's have got possession of the footy through Taylor. Kicks it forward and a good lead and a mark taken by Calder, but he's pushed out toward the boundary. So 45 metres out, close to the boundary on the right-hand side. What do you reckon?
Oh, I think he's got a good chance. He's got a good kicking style. I love the way he follows through.
The wind at the moment from the storm is going around everywhere, so it's going to be a hard kick, but he is a noted goal kicker. So Calder comes in. Good kick. Looks good. No, it goes across the face. Close to the boundary. Tiwi mopping up here under a lot of pressure. Just bombs it out of defence. Sitting under it is Long, but easy mark taken St Mary's. Played on here. Hand passes it to Goddard. Goddard with a quick kick and finds his target. Well done, Nathan Paredes.
Paredes marks that at centre half forward. Now the drilling low pass in. That's a good kick. Gee, good players just seem to have time. He had time, and he's found Bo Tedcastle on the lead. Tedcastle, 45-degree angle left of centre, kicking to that Michael Long Academy end, and has an opportunity here to put the second goal on the board for St Mary's. Not an easy kick, not in with this breeze at the moment.
Swirling, isn't it?
Steady approach. Is normally a right foot kick, and he has aimed that to the right, hoping to swing it back to the left. It swung all the way across to the right and out of bounds on the full. So that wind is going to be tricky at that end. So St Mary's 1-1-7. Tiwi yet to score. We've gone 6 minutes in this first quarter.
So DeWitt plays on. St Mary's finds Simon coming out of the defensive 50 down the grandstand wing. Good mark taken by Tipalura. That's John. Just a chip kick, one-on-one, and a good fist away by the St Mary's defender. Slipped there, Parnell. So boundary throw in right in front of our commentary box on the grandstand side. 6.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. St Mary's 7, Tiwi nothing.
So boundary throw in. Ryan Smith to go up against Monagatti. They're going to bring that back. They are. Ryan Smith he just gave up on that. He was waiting for the umpire to call that back then. Smart ruckman.
He's letting the umpire know that as well to do with this breeze.
Now the ruck contest again. Smith against Monagatti. Call that a dead heat. Jellyman Turner couldn't take it. Monagatti goes back in and grabs it. Got a handball away only to Jellyman Turner. He gets a kick up centre wing. Trying to soccer it away there was Bo Tedcastle. He's going to get a free kick for a high tackle. So Harleypur and Tatameri to toss the ball back to him. And he goes more centrally, and that's a good, dangerous kick. He goes to the big man in Grenfell, got a hand to it, came back to him, toe pokes it along the ground. Paredes lays a tackle on DeWitt. DeWitt goes back in again, handball off to Palapuamini. And Palapuamini, good player that he is, kicks it out wide there and goes to Fletcher Carroll at left half back.
So Fletcher Carroll kicks forward for the lead. Byrne. Angus Byrne takes the mark. Dead set on the wing of the scoreboard side, kicks it inboard. Tiwi down into the 50, looking for Punatana Mary. That's Harley. Harley takes possession of it, turns his player inside out, tries again, handballs to himself. He's 2-on-1. Harley Punatana Mary is stripped of the footy, and St Mary's just blaze away, and an easy mark taken by Algora, I think it is, for Tiwi. Dangerous kick. St Mary's pick up the footy. They're running away here, St Mary's. Easy kick down by Everett, and a good mark taken by Bo Tedcastle again, who's in the action. Picked up by Anthony Wilson, puts the afterburners on, and a good kick finds Nathan Paredes in the goal square and boots it through for St Mary's. They have their second on the board. They go to 13, leading the Tiwi Bombers that are yet to score with 8.5 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Oh, well done. Well done to the back line there of St Mary's, getting it to Bo Tedcastle. And Bo Tedcastle was really, for a young fellow, really smart guy. He really set it up there for Anthony Wilson, and Anthony Wilson passed it on it for Paredes. Saints are really doing a really good job of keeping the ball in their half-forward line and on the wings, whereas Tiwi are struggling to get it past their half-forward line, and they don't have a system at the moment. Probably St Mary's backline are playing man-to-man are really tight. So the Tiwi Bombers have got to find a loose way or work a bit harder to try to get that distance between themselves and the St Mary's players. But great goal, work team goal by Saints.
Back in the middle now, Monagatti winning it down. Tiwi with the quick kick from the middle. Long kick inside 50, no mark taken. Spills to Ross Tonga-Talam, has the snap on goal. And I almost certainly thought I was going to call that a goal, because that's what you'd expect from Ross Tonga-Talam. Just off to the left, a point scored for the Tiwi Bombers. So their first score of the afternoon comes at the 9.5 minute mark of this first quarter. Saints now bringing the ball back into play. Up to Harry Williams. Gee, looking fit and strong is Harry Williams. Playing well so far this afternoon. He won't be pleased with that kick though. Goes to Mason DeWitt. Steps through a tackle really nicely. Pops the ball up here to one of the best players of last week in Fletcher Carroll. He puts the ball out in front here of Tipalura. Taps it away from Wilkinson. Grabbing it was Byrne. Back now to Alistair Darcy. Kieran Parnell in the action, so too Wilkinson. Harry Williams tried to duck out of a tackle, should be caught. And the umpire not going to call it. Boundary throwing. Gee, Saints very fortunate there, Fred.
I tell you. But the great thing are there, but at least Tiwi kept the ball inside their forward 50 and got a good chance and opportunity to score off a boundary throw-in.
So Grenfell's come for the boundary throw-in. I don't think... Oh, yep, Tiwi just nominated there, Ruckman. Byrne, Angus Byrne. So 45 metres away from the Tiwi goal, yet to score the Bombers. Pleading with the umpire of St Mary's. He's dived over the top. The umpire says, give it to me. Probably lucky there. He was on his own there, Harley Punatana-Mary, trying really hard in the forward line for the Tiwi Bombers. So 40 away from goal. The umpire throws it up. A lot of St Mary's players around here. Bradley Portmini kicks it forward. Under it is a mob of St Mary's player. No talk. Harley Punatana-Mary does it. Squeeze it around. No. The first score on the board for the Bombers. No, the second score, sorry. With 11 minutes gone in the first quarter. I thought that was going to bend around then.
Yeah, absolutely. But it seems to me that St Mary's are going for the ball, whereas Tiwi are waiting for the ones that get in the ground.
Saints bring the ball back in through Dylan Lant. Goes to the outer wing. Chain of handballs. Charlie Furphy. Inboard. Now a handball up to Harry Williams. Back now to Calder. Good kick from him. Paredes by himself. How does that happen? Paredes with a great kick spots that man again, Sean Edwards, on his own, almost exactly the same spot as he kicked his first goal. He should go back and have a shot. And that's exactly what Paredes, who ran into the corridor, signals to him now. Go back and have the kick. You can do this.
Absolutely. Great work by Kieran Parnell and St Mary's backline, Anthony Long. And they really good. Jackson called that hand pass forward. It's just that flow and play that St Mary's are doing really well at the moment.
Sean Edwards now crosses 50. Kick on the way. Kick on the way. It's going to be long enough. It's not as accurate. One behind is the score. St Mary's move on to 2-2-14. Tiwi Bombers 2 behinds. 12 minutes gone in this first quarter.
Do it for the Bombers with the kick out. Just a short one. Just looking to link up here, the Bombers. Working it out through right half back. Down the wing. Numbers here at the back. Paddy Heenan couldn't get there. St Mary's got a hand in there. Now they've got the numbers. Looking to switch the play. Kicks it over towards Wilkinson. Wilkinson here has time and space, and that's a good left foot kick to Anthony Wilson that's by himself here on the wing, the grandstand wing. Kicks it inboard to his teammate. Looking there for Raymond. That's Lloyd Raymond. Just dances around the person on the mark. It's a mongrel kick, but an easy mark taken by Paredes. That man again is on his own. Kicks it inboard to Lant. Jack Lant kicks it off the ground and hits the post. But Nathan Paredes just on his own. How is that possible?
I think the Tiwi Bombers are struggling to work in the back line and go back from offense to defense.
So Tiwi now bringing the ball back into play. That is a super kick in. Target is Jack Monagatti. Found him. Tried to slap it back to a teammate in Harley Purantatameri. Jellyman Turner's there. He needs some help himself. Handballs it backwards. Monagatti slaps it away. This time he finds Harley Purantatameri with a bit of room to move. Great tackle laid. And the umpire says, I will have it.
That was a good call by the umpire. I didn't think he had prior to get rid of that. That was a good call.
And the player tackle there was Nicholas Hooker. The ball to be tossed high here. Grenfell up against Monagatti. Grenfell won it. Lloyd Raymond for Saints just socketed off the ground. It comes back to him. And a free kick paid, I think, to Tipalora here. He pops it up. In the action here, mark taken. Yes, it's going to be called. In the action is Jack Wilson. Another one who had a good performance last week for the Tiwi Bombers, Jack Wilson. Takes the mark here on centre wing. Drills in a pass. Very, very fortunate there is John Tipalora. Wilkinson was right on the spot and knocked the ball out of his hands. The umpire said he did hold it long enough. His kick again up towards Wilson. Can't take the mark. In hard there was Dylan Lant. And eventually the ball pushed out of bounds across the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Right half forward for the Tiwi Bombers. In fact, 14 minutes gone. 15 plays 2. St Mary's in the lead in this first quarter.
The umpire just walks in. Breeze has died down again. Ruckman set. Here with the 14.5 minute mark of the first quarter. St Mary's 15, Tiwi Bombers 2. It's a short throw in. Monagatti misses it. Booted out by Jellyman Turner, and a good mark taken by Shawnee Edwards on the wing. Right in front of the interchange box here for St Mary's. Just a chip kick. Geez, he asked a bit of Nathan Paredes there that just goes in with a hard hit, and the ball trickles out of bounds. That was a hard hit on Jeffrey Simon. But a poor kick by Shawnee Edwards.
Yeah, you expect more from Sean. He's a very skillful player.
Boundary throw in now. Grenfell again lining up against Monagatti. Monagatti taking front position. Did really well. Nice little tap on from Timothy Babui. Couldn't find a teammate easily. Saints trying to slap it away from the bottom of the pack. Anthony Long gets in. He's wrapped up in a tackle trying to charge his way through. Can't do so. Passes the ball back to the umpire. They'll toss it up again. Grenfell again up against Monagatti. Monagatti had the run up. Got it away easily. Jellyman Turner can't pick it up. Anthony Long in the action. Patrick Heenan couldn't pick it up. Sock it off the ground. Goes towards forward 50. Comes to Wilson. Nice little toe poke from him towards full forward. No mark there from Scagliarini. Pressured by Wilkinson. Ball comes to Wilson. What can he do with it? Pops it up. And pops it up poorly. And that man, Jack Musgrove at fullback, takes the mark for the green and gold.
Kicks it out to Jellyman Turner that's on his own. Bit of space here, has time, just touches the ball on the grass and kicks it forward, hangs up into the breeze. Shawnee Edwards tries to take a screamer over the top of his opponent in hooker. So gives away the free kick in front of our commentary box. Grandstand side, Tiwi kick it into the 50. Man on his own, can't wheel it in, one-hander, and that was Scagliarini.
Yeah, one of their good players too, Natasha, and has been for almost the whole season.
And the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw and about 45 metres around from the Tiwi goal.
Players again setting themselves here. 2-3 plays 2 behinds. Inside attacking 50. What can the Tiwi Bombers do here? Ball battered down by Angus Byrne. Comes again to Lant. And close to the boundary line, Fletcher Carroll lets that go out of bounds on the full, well judged, and he will take the free kick with Jack Williams to go on the mark for St Mary's. Fletcher Carroll plays on quickly, finds a teammate there in Nicholas Hooker. Sean Edwards on the mark, Hooker plays on. Nice driving kick inside 50. Off hands there from Kieran Parnell. Straight to Paredes. Back to Parnell. Back to Paredes. Well done. Worked it out beautifully. Calder up from forward 50, sitting on centre wing. Takes possession. Handballs back towards Ryan Smith. Immediately turned to face goal, which was good play. Up there towards Jacob Long. Unfamiliar territory for him up inside forward 50.
Kick.
Just a nice little chip inboard. Goes to Bo Tedcastle. Little handball. No pressure whatsoever. Sean Edwards in the goal square. Second goal to Sean Edwards. More importantly, third goal for the team. Fred Murphy, once that ball came out, just too easy.
Oh, yeah. Great play by Kieran Parnell. There was a 50-50 contest. Kieran Parnell knocked the ball down. Nathan Paredes got the ball. Hand passer back to Kieran, back to Nathan Paredes, back to Ryan Smith, to Jacob Long, and it was just a flow-on effect. And St Mary's are really applying so much pressure to Tiwi. I can see the Tiwi Bombers are really trying and are really doing their best, but they just can't break through the lines of the half-forward line or the score goals.
This forward line, isn't it?
Yeah, the effort is there. They just can't break through. Saints are holding really strong and are playing a really good style of footy.
So back in the middle, 18.5 minutes gone this first quarter. Umpire throws it up. Smith, Monagatti, both of them miss it. Comes out to Jack Williams over the ball. Good tackle by Paddy Heenan. Good battle picked up by Tiwi. Just dribbles it into the 50. They've got the numbers here. The St Mary's. Lant tries to get there. Good tackle in the back. The umpire reckons going to... No, he's called him. Holding the ball. So Tiwi Bombers are going to have a shot on goal through Angus Byrne. I thought that could have gone either way there, but well rewarded. The umpire, Angus Byrne's big fella. So about 40 metres out. Slight angle. The breeze has died down. Tiny little breeze behind him. They really need to nail this goal.
Absolutely, they do. If Angus can kick this goal, that gives a bit of a relief and belief to Tiwi Bombers that have a flow-on effect. So let's see if he can kick the goal.
Comes in, kicks it from about 45. Will it bend around? No, it doesn't. So it's through for a behind. That's their third behind on the board. St Mary's 3-3-21, leading Tiwi with 3 behinds. 19.5 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Created opportunity there, the Tiwi Bombers. They did really well to get it inside 50. Just couldn't make the most of it. Dylan Lant now took his full measure. Long kick out towards half-back. Ryan Smith paddles it really well in front of himself. Can he collect it? He can. Just got the handball away. No, he didn't.
Ooh.
Great pursuit there by Mason DeWitt, who just stuck with him and tackled him. Well done, Mason DeWitt. Long kick now. Geez, a beautiful user of the footy, this fellow. Goes to Christensen. This is Aaron Christensen. 10 metres in from the boundary. Long kick inside 50 now. Almost a good mark. Off hands there for Alistair Darcy. Can the Tiwi make something of this? Timothy Babui spins and twists and turns, kicks. His kick to the goal square was marked by Lant. Lant now to bring it out, finds Jeremy Goddard. And Jeremy Goddard inside defensive 50 still, swings a handball to Charlie Furphy. And he goes now to Jack Musgrove. Goes back inside defensive 50. The Saints just looking to steady Musgrove, a shocking kick. Kicked it straight to the man on the mark in Tipalora. Gathered now by Dylan Lant. And he goes and finds Jeremy Goddard. And they'll do it now from left half back.
Jeremy Goddard kicks it up to Calder. He's got to stretch for it. Can't take the mark. DeWitt's does well for Tiwi. 2-on-1. DeWitt still winning the footy. Can he trap it in and just cause the ball up? A stoppage here. What's the umpire going to say? It's called in. It's
That's
called
harsh, isn't it?
Jeez.
What an effort.
I thought he didn't drag in. I thought he was still trying to get rid of it. But Calder, Jackson Calder right in front of our commentary box. Grandstand side for St Mary's. What does he have forward? Going to look for Shawnee Edwards again. No one really goes for the footy. They all waited for it to come down. Well handled there by Harry Williams, and Williams over the top. An easy mark there to Jack Lant at 35. He's going to have to kick it from about 45, 45-degree angle. We're right behind him for St Mary's here. Can they get their fourth on the board, Fred?
Oh, he's got a good kick on him. I reckon he'll probably kick it.
He's a good-sized player, isn't he? Nuggety player. So Jack Lant comes in. Not much of a breeze. Looks good. It's going to go straight through the middle, and St Mary's have their fourth on the board. Looking good here in the first quarter. 21, nearly 22 minutes gone. St Mary's 4-3-27, leading the Bombers 3 behinds. Looking good here for St Mary's.
Yeah, great effort on the wing here by Jackson Calder. Second, third, fourth efforts. I think that's the difference I'm noticing in the game. St Mary's are going second, third, and working a bit harder, whereas Tiwi are going 1, 2 efforts and then sort of slowing down and not going further. Great effort by Jackson. Got the ball forward and then went to Dylan Lant. Jack Lant, sorry. And what a great kick by Jack. But St Mary's, to me, seem to be working a little bit harder. Their second, third efforts and really make a difference.
They're getting numbers at the ball, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're working harder, yeah, all around.
Ryan Smith from the ruck contest wins that down. Tiwi, however, take it through the middle. Ross Tongatala. Big kick from him up into attacking 50. Wilkinson with the fly. Couldn't take the mark. The defence works well. Again, Lant it was. They got the handball away. Now Lachlan Taylor, the speedster, runs through centre wing. 3 bounces. Tipalora on the chase. Can't make any ground. Long kick up towards Grenfell. Takes the mark on the second bite. Wow, Lachlan Taylor, what a run through centre wing. And again, we'll come to you soon, Fred Murphy, on this. That all started from the rebound play of Dylan Lant deep in defence.
Absolutely. Great play by Jellyman Turner as well. And Lachlan Taylor, it's really good. St Mary's are really working hard, running and playing for each other.
So Grenfell now, Brandon Grenfell, the number 25 on the back, kicks at goal on the quarter-time siren and kicks truly. So St Mary's here at quarter-time. They lead the Tiwi Bombers 5-3-33, and the Tiwi Bombers 3 behinds. So teams come.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Territory roads because of drink driving.
We've had enough of the carnage on our roads.
We've had enough of putting broken bodies back together.
I've had enough telling parents their child will never be coming home.
We've had enough of losing our best and fairest.
We've had enough pain and sadness to last a lifetime.
One for the road, mate?
Nah, mate. Enough's enough.
It's time we said enough's enough.
Head on in to Kazali's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Kazali's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
so we can feel forever, yeah, feel together, real together. No one can stop. No one can stop. Nothing can ever bring me down.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Cheers anyway.
If you're going to drink, don't drive. Who's your sober Bob?
One of the messages Jamie and Tipper would have probably said to it is just more effort. Just go, like I said at the beginning of the game, you've got nothing to lose. If you just keep running, you miss the ball, so what? Just more effort and just second, third efforts. Lift the intensity a bit. You can see they're trying, but they need to try a little bit harder and run back both ways, not only offensively, but defensively as well.
The umpire, there's something, they're missing a ball.
They've lost the footy.
They've lost the footy. They've just found one. And also a move, Fred, is Ross Tungatalum into the middle. I mean, when you're not winning the footy, he's too dominant not to chuck in the middle and hope, he's magical.
Yeah, look, Rongus Tungatalum's always been a great player, but how much magic is left in that? And, can he at least get about 2 or 3 kicks? Every time Ross Tungatalum gets about 2 or 3 kicks, Tiwi hopefully get 2 or 3 goals. But, it's a good move. I mean, you've got nothing to lose for Tiwi.
So ball back in the middle here now. About to get underway here for the second quarter. Natasha Medbury.
So Smith, Monaghetti, umpire throws it up. Smith jumps early again. He's done that a few times in the game. Comes out to Heenan. Heenan hand passes out to Tipperwoody. Tiwi looking good. Big kick in by the big ruckman Monaghetti. One-on-one, falls down to Harley Punatana Marriott. Kick around the corner. And then Jellyman Turner is in the square and takes it through for a behind for Tiwi.
One of the better names in the NTFL competition.
Best one, I reckon.
Jellyman Turner. He got it out wide to Jack Williams. Jack Williams up towards centre wing. In pursuit there was Lachlan Taylor for St Mary's. Also there, Tyson Tippermundamerry for the Tiwi Bombers. Clash of bodies on centre wing. Paddy Heenan did really well. He's sitting over the footy here. How will the umpire see it? The ball's come out. Harry Williams trying to get a handball away. He does. Quick kick away from the Tiwi Bombers comes to Harry Williams again. He's being held. But behind the play, the Tiwi Bombers receive a free kick. Ball goes to that man, Ross Tungatalam. Steps around Wilkinson easily. Drives the ball inside 50. The ball comes off hands. Player there, Kieran Parnell, in the contest, wins that contest and gets the footy away to Lant. Lant out wide to Ryan Smith, and we've seen him camped on this wing a number of times already in the first quarter. Wins possessions, goes to Calder, slight little push in the back from Mason DeWitt, gets the ball to Anthony Wilson, shoves him over the boundary.
Ooh,
and
lucky.
is the umpire going to see that as a free? No, he's not. Mason DeWitt goes back to Anthony Wilson, gives him another shove again.
He gets a warning. The umpire warned him. I thought that should have been a free kick if you're going to control the game. It was well after he'd gone over the boundary line. So the umpire throws it in on the boundary line here. Smith wins the tap down, looking for his teammate and Harry Williams. A lot of strength shown. Monaghetti misses the footy. St Mary's again by Williams, tries to get the hand pass out to Long. St Mary's here with the numbers, just pushing it forward, and St Mary's kick it forward. Calder at the back. St Mary's Ted Tedcast, sorry, misses to the near side, so through for a behind. So Calder, I thought, could have probably done a little bit better there one-on-one.
What I think it shows is Saints are winning the 50-50 balls, and they just seem to be getting their hands on the ball a bit more longer.
Ball brought into play, goes to Simon, takes the mark inside defensive 50. Long kick goes to Jack Williams. Bit of courage had to stand under that with the hard man in Monaghetti approaching. Now Williams straight back in towards Grenfell. He's surrounded there, 4-on-1, and he is infringed by the smaller player in Jeffrey Simon. Was almost always going to happen, and Grenfell, well, could be bookending here because he kicked the last goal of the first quarter. Could he kick? Yes, he will, because the Tiwi Bombers, what undisciplined play there by Tyler Bell, tossed it back to him and tossed it about 10 metres wide of him, and now is questioning the umpire as to why it's a 50-metre penalty.
Should never have picked it up. Should have let St Mary's player pick it up. Why did he even pick it up?
Grenfell wanders in from the goal square, kicks the goal, so St Mary's, they move here onto 6-4-40. The Tiwi Bombers 4 behinds. Fred, that's just unforgivable.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've got to try to discipline is a really important aspect in the footy in that, but great play by Saints. Jack Williams took a really good mark and with a lot of courage, kicked the ball in, and Grenfell, was hindered upon. So, you just got to accept the umpires. We know umpires give up their time.
It's not your free kick. Usually you let a St Mary's player, especially in front of goals, rack up some time, but to pick it up and then not throw it to him.
Good play though by Jack Williams. He spotted the mismatch there between Grenfell and Jeffrey Simon. So, well done to Saints.
Back in the middle. So again, Smith just wins the tap down. St Mary's trying to get it out. It's not moving too far. Ross Tungatalam pokes it along the ground.
So good.
Quick kick out by Tiwi. So that move already has helped. And there's Ross Tungatalam, runs down into the forward 50. So the move in the middle, just a few taps. You want to get him around the football. So he's taken the mark. He's going to have to kick it from about 45 beyond the 50. Kicking into a very, very slight breeze, 45-degree angle, kicking to the Michael Long centre.
How good was the kick from Scagliarini to him, Tash?
Yeah, it was. Just floated it, didn't he? Just let him get into that 50, just within kicking range here. So he comes in, Ross Tungatalam from 48. Drills it, it looks straight and goes straight through the big sticks. The Bombers have their first on the board, and it's to that magical man, Ross Tungatalam, and then he just points at someone and tells them to go in the middle now, and he's staying in the forward line, as you do when you're that magical. So Tiwi Bombers still trailing St Mary's here, but 4.5, nearly 5 minutes gone.
Yeah, great play by Ross Tungatalam. Every time he touched the ball, something good play. But what I loved about Ross is he kicked the ball in the forward and he followed it up. His second effort, and great kick by Scagliani to notice Ross Darlam. And when Ross kicks the ball, it's there's a good chance it's going to be a goal. But that's what Tiwi need more of, running more second, third efforts. And it's a pity Ross can't stay in the middle because we'd love to see him more in the middle.
But he's gone straight to the goal square, which is dangerous because now he's got that goal. He'll be hungry.
Hopefully they get the ball to him.
Ball back in the middle now. Monaghetti wins it down. Scagliarini charges his way through. Nice little handball back to Monaghetti. Got him. He's tackled. Monaghetti dropped the footy. Scagliarini involved again. Soccer off the ground. Went straight to Adam Tipungwuti. Palms off Ryan Smith. Kicks inside 50. The target, of course, is Ross Tongatalam. Gathers in the left forward pocket. Tries to step around Kieran Parnell and drops the footy over the boundary.
He knew what he was doing, didn't he? He knew. Parnell knew what he was trying to do.
Has he given it as... No, I was going to say that. Surely they haven't called it deliberate boundary throw, and it is.
I think Ross knew what he was doing, but then I think he outthought himself there.
Probably
I think Parnell as well. He knows what he's like, so I think Parnell played that really, really well. He's got a hard matchup, so boundary throw in. Just about 30 metres around from the Tiwi goal. So Smith, Byrne going at it. Ross Tongatalam's taken out. The umpire says play on. Kicked off the ground by Paredes, but the mark taken by the Tiwi Bombers in Wilson. Jack Wilson just kicks it in, just to blaze away, and St Mary's are going to run away with it here through Dylan Lant. Kicks it up to the centre wing. Good mark taken at the back. Anthony Wilson, you watch the afterburners go on now from 70 metres out, just lowers his eyes. Not a good kick in to Grenfell. They had a lot more time and space. Anthony Wilson probably was a little bit too fast for his legs, and he lowered his eyes and did the right thing, but just a poor kick into the 50.
Absolutely. We expect more from Anthony Wilson, play of his skill and that, but also when they're playing a good team, you need to hit your targets, and I think that's what Saints have to work out in this game, is make sure their skills count.
Boundary throw in now. Grenfell just out-bodies his opponent, kicks towards goal. And fortunately for the Tiwi Bombers, the bounce went over the boundary line rather than towards goal. Minding that goal face, however, Tyler Bell did a good job, just couldn't grab hold of the footy himself. So right forward pocket, boundary throw in. Grenfell to go up against Wilson for the Tiwi Bombers. Boundary throw-in's a good one, goes to the back. Again, Grenfell takes it out of the pack. Coming through strongly, Scagliarini, spun around, kick, marked by Saints. Quick kick back to the goal square. Calder's there, so too Mason DeWitt. Calder got hands to it, but over the head of Mason DeWitt and through for a behind. So Saints 6-5-41, Tiwi Bombers 1-4-10. We've gone 7.5 in this second quarter.
DeWitt, his kick was smothered for Tiwi. Puts him under a little bit of pressure, but finds Harley Putanamera in the defensive 50. What does he do? Tries to run around the player on the mark and looks for the big ruckman in Angus Byrne. He drops the footy. Here's that man, Jellyman Turner, one of the only players I see these days with his jumper still tucked into his shorts, I think.
Indeed, that's true.
As the boundary goes, as the ball goes over the boundary in front of the Tiwi interchange. So about 70, 80 metres around from the St Mary's goal for a boundary throw-in. Yeah, one of the only players I still see these days with his jumper tucked in.
Yeah, it means he's got a lot of pride in his jumper and himself.
Boundary throw in now. Ryan Smith at the back, loses out to Wilson. Wilson gets it down there to Harley Purantatameri. Nice left foot kick up to centre wing. Found Byrne. Probably should have taken the mark, but slapped it over the boundary line for another boundary throw in. Right in between the interchange races for both clubs. Centre wing here, Morris Rioli grandstand side. The boundary umpire steps through precisely about 6 steps, and this is where he's going to toss the ball in from. Grenfell sets himself. Again, he's going up against Jack Wilson. Players steadying. Ball one down by Grenfell, comes to Paredes, tried to get a quick kick away, couldn't. Adam Tipungwuti taps it away. Diving in was Raymond, got the footy too. Comes to Harry Williams. Handball from him, with target was Wilkinson, cut off by Scagliarini. He's lifted his work rate in this quarter. And the ball out of bounds off the hands there of Jack Williams for Saints. So 9 minutes gone, 41 plays, 10. St Mary's in the lead.
Oh, absolutely. St Mary's are working still a little bit harder. Tiwi, the effort is there, but they just need to come up to the level that's matching St Mary's.
So Grenfell and Wilson go at it again. Umpire, as you said, Dominic. Boundary umpire goes in the 6 steps.
He's doing well.
Right in front of us here in our commentary box. Good throw and nice and high as well. From the backwards, Grenfell kicks it, gets it down to Harry Williams, kicks it into the 50, and that man again, Shawnee Edwards, takes pretty much an uncontested mark in the front of his defender. And he's going to go back. He's kicking well today. Already got 2 goals in the first quarter. He's going to kick it from about 45 on a 45-degree angle. The breeze is behind him. Can he kick his 3rd and St Mary's 2nd for this quarter? Comes in, and that's a terrible kick. And St Mary's were not ready for it. An uncontested mark taken in the back line by the Tiwi Bombers that looked to break out wide.
Nice kick too. Comes out to Silvani Babui on centre wing. Good pressure comes from Anthony Wilson. The chip inboard will go to Aaron Christensen. And he stands on the paint of the 50-metre arc. Saints just trying to set now, recover a little bit. As you said, Tash, they weren't aware of what was going on there. Little chip out wide goes to Wilson. He goes to teammate again in Puruntatameri. Another chip inboard back to Wilson. A little bit too easy at the moment for the Tiwi Bombers. The pressure just dropping off here from the green and gold.
The heat factor.
Oh, the heat factor, indeed. Yep. Lovely kick. That is a magical kick out to John Tipalora. 2 metres in from the boundary. Takes the mark out there in front of Jacob Long, who we have only called once so far in this game. Long kick from Tipalora up towards Darcy. Can't take the mark. Off hands to Raymond. Raymond now back to Harry Williams. Let's see what the transition is now for St Mary's. Handball inboard goes to Jack Lant. Has 1 goal to his name. He's now being pursued. Gets a handball away to Calder. Playing a long way up from his attacking 50. Kick inside 50 is off hands. Ryan Smith confronts Harley Puruntatameri. Puts on good pressure. Paredes kicks on goal. The soccer goal from Paredes. 30 metres out with the left boot. He didn't even bother to try and pick it up. Straight through for a goal to Paredes. That's his second.
Oh, great play, Paredes. You can see it's definitely the soccer skills coming out. Probably practices on the beach and the soccer thing. But I want just a great play of a young Raymond, a young player in the back line. When he got the ball, he kept his composure and he picked up Dylan Lance in the middle. And Dylan Lance, every time I watch him play, he wants to take on the play. And that's what you want. You want to keep the flow flowing. Dylan Lang got it down to Ryan Smith, who provided the contrast, and then Paredes kicked the ball off the ground. Saints, they're flowing, they're connected between the centre line and the forward line is really well, and they're just creating more holes and spaces for their players to run into, and the forward line seems to be working a lot more better.
Back in the middle, good jump by Monaghetti, hits it down but straight to a St Mary's player. Good work by Jack Williams, steals it off his Tiwi opponent, but good tackle as well, trying to get it through the midfield. That's Calder, kicks it forward. Drop mark taken by DeWitt, comes to the back to Shawnee Edwards. Good clean up by DeWitt, went back and cleaned up his own mess. Then a mongrel looking kick that finds the chest of Fletcher Carroll for the Bombers. Still centre half back here, then chip kick to Aaron Christensen. Good tackle as well, but Jellyman Turner gets the hand pass away back to Wilson, gives it inboard to Furphy. Kicks it forward. Well, body work by Ryan Smith. The umpire was a bit late calling that mark. He thought he was going to say it was touched, but experience and just used his big body perfectly. Ryan Smith takes the mark directly in front, 30 metres out. Should go back and absolutely nail this. And if anyone loves kicking a goal, it's Ryan Smith.
Absolutely, and great experience by Smith. He's been around for a long time now to use his body, and great kick by Furphy as well. He kicked it to the right side of Ryan Smith so Ryan could use his body. So great connection there by both players.
He didn't even have to move. He just pushed his opponent out the way and onto the chest. So Ryan Smith kicks it straight through the middle. Geez, they're a bit lax the celebrations that I've seen from Ryan Smith in the past. It must be hot out there because usually he loves kicking a goal, but St Mary's have their 8th on the board, so 8-5-53, leading the Tiwi Bombers 1-4-10 with 13.5 minutes gone in the second quarter.
I think for St Mary's, they're just doing what they have to do. They're working together as a team. What I like about St Mary's, they're handballing. When someone is on for the handball and the shepherd, they're doing the 1%ers and they're really working hard for each other. Tiwi are dropping off. You can see some of their players with their heads down, their hands on their hip, which is really disappointing because they're a really great club. So what that Tiwi need to do is some of their leaders to stand up. So the question asks, who's going to stand up for Tiwi? No matter what the score, show us what you got. Who's going to really stand up and give them opportunity to come back in this game?
Fred Murphy, special comments. Must be one of your long-distant relatives. Is he Charlie Furphy, number 7? That's a poor joke, Fred. Sorry, mate. Back in the middle now. The umpire tosses the ball up high. Monaghetti to go up against Grenfell. Grenfell wins it down and tackled immediately to the ground. There was Lant, I think it may have been, in the middle. Yes, Jack Lant. He and Dylan Lant having a cracking game here. Tossed up high again. The ruckman go at it. Break even on that occasion. Fantastic tackle from Scagliarini. Brought his opponent to the ground and the umpire says no opportunity. Gee, good tackle then on Jeremy Goddard by Scagliarini.
That's what you want to see from the Tiwi boys. That's great for Scagliarini.
Monaghetti up high. Ball came down to Goddard. Quick kick. Ball tapped away by Babui. Diving in there was Fletcher Carroll for the Tiwi Bombers, and they inched it forward. Quick kick to the hands of Jacob Long, his first mark of the afternoon. Swings it out wide here to Dylan Lant on centre wing. Steps around Christensen. Long kick inside 50. Target Sean Edwards. Oh, used the body well, just could not take the grab. Quick kick from defence comes out towards Silvani Babui. Lloyd Raymond on the chase, so too Aaron Christensen. Got rid of the footy. Handball comes up to Jellyman Turner. Can he pick it up? He can't. Scagliarini outbodies him. Goddard comes in strongly. Tackled by Scagliarini, who was already on his knees on the ground. What an effort from Scagliarini. That was just terrific, and he wins his team a ball up 60 away from the Saints goal.
He stopped a few forward entries for St Mary's today. Boundary, the umpire throws it up. Quick kick out by Nate Paredes. In front, is it mark taken? No, dropped by Grenfell. Gets the hand pass away, goes straight to a Bombers opponent. Looking to link up here, the Bombers. They need to get it out. Well done to Bradley Portamini, but no one to kick to. But downfield, they're very lucky, Tiwi, to get that free kick, because there was a number of St Mary's players. So Paddy Heenan, the captain for the Tiwi Bombers, wearing the 0, of course, for the road safety round. Plays on. Looking for Alistair Darcy, can't take the mark. Probably went at that a little bit too easy. Gets back to his feet. Good tackle put on by Adam Tippenwoody. Blazes away and kicks it straight to an opponent in Kieran Parnell for St Mary's.
Parnell passes off straight away to the running man in Dylan Lant. He goes to Musgrove. Musgrove with the short kick. St Mary's away here through half-back. Tackle laid. Almost the turnover. Now it is the turnover. Mason DeWitt gathers by hand. Cut off by Calder. Calder inside 50 on the bounce to Sean Edwards. Gathered it beautifully. Handballed. It was his second choice. He went to Wilson. Goes back to Sean Edwards. Handballs to nobody. And the ball goes out of bounds under good pressure coming there from Nicholas Hooker for the Tiwi Bombers.
Yeah, great pressure, Nicholas. At least he's trying. His second and third efforts to do the chase on board both Anthony Wilson and Sean Edwards have really rewarded. It's a great effort.
Aaron Christensen's just come off. I think he's absolutely spent out there to do with the heat. The last couple of minutes, he just could not get to the contest. So boundary throw in. Grenfell and Monaghetti. Good body work. It's good duel. The umpires found a free
late call.
kick.
It was the right call too. Late call, but the right call, I think.
So free kick going to Monaghetti for Tiwi. Grenfell just asked the umpire what did he do, but the umpire found it. Kicks backwards.
I think he knows.
Monaghetti. Harley Punatunameri takes the mark for Tiwi, still in the defensive 50, just finding it hard to get a clearance kick, and it goes out of bounds on the full in front of the Tiwi interchange. So a free kick here going to St Mary's, and it's going to be taken by Lloyd Raymond.
It's a slow process. Tiwi aren't a slow team, they're a quick team, so a slow process doesn't suit them.
Lloyd Raymond with the long kick inside 50. Grenfell taken to ground, and the favour's going to be returned. Byrne it was who was sloppy in the contest on that occasion, and now Grenfell with a free kick. He handballs off straight away to Tedcastle. Tedcastle with the long bomb on goal. The breeze helps. It's a goal from 10 metres in from the boundary. What a kick from Bo Tedcastle. Caught everybody napping the little handball from Grenfell. He just sat it up in the breeze from 45 metres out. Drifted through beautifully. St Mary's with their 9th goal on the board. 9-5-59, leading the Tiwi Bombers 1-4-10. 19 minutes gone in this second quarter. Fred Murphy.
Oh, great play by the ruckman there, Grenfell. He knew his limitations, so he gave the hand pass to young Bo Tedcastle. Gee, he's going to be a really special player in the future. Just watching him, that was a great kick. He really knew where to kick it, so really good. He's doing his average pretty good, 2 or 3 goals a game.
So back in the middle. 19 minutes gone in the second quarter. Players will be looking forward to half-time. It's very hot and humid out there. The storm whizzled past. Got no rain, so it makes it hotter. The umpire's just making sure the numbers are right. Throw up Smith and Monaghetti. Smith again jumps early. We've called that a couple of times. Tungatalam gets the hand pass out. Tiwi deliver it into the 50. Leading the pack there was Alistair Darcy trying to pick it up. Tiwi with the numbers as well. His hand passes back to Harley Punatunameri. Has a shot on goal and it drifts across the face. Through for a behind. So Tiwi can't buy a goal at the moment. So 20 minutes gone. Tiwi Bombers 1-5-11 trailing St Mary's 9-5-59.
Dylan Lant bringing the ball back into play. Long kick out towards half-back. No mark taken. Scagliarini tried to claim it against Murphy. Scagliarini releases by hand. Goes to John Tipalora. Inside attacking 50 now. Harley Purantatameri with the ball. Tried to step around himself almost. Got a nice little handball back to Tipalora. A little chip from him. Did not go far enough. And the pressure from Saints pushes Tiwi out over the boundary line for a boundary throw in at the 50-metre arc where it meets the boundary. The umpire sets himself. They're not mucking around here, the boundary umpire. Straight back into play. Goes to the back. Smith wings it down. Goes to Jack Williams. Kick through centre half forward. Good attack on the footy from Patrick Heenan. Missed the footy. Went to Ryan Smith. He handballed up looking for Lachlan Taylor. The ball eventually got to him. Now a handball up to Wilson. One bounce through the middle. Just trying to go too quickly, Anthony Wilson. Didn't need to bounce the footy. Kick was untidy. Calder picks it up. Goes to Bo Tedcastle by hand. Socket away there by a player there in Tyler Bell. The Tiwi defence working really hard. Silvani Babui didn't hold the footy. Goes to Bo Tedcastle. Steps one way then the other. Goes to Furphy. Kicks with the left boot. And after all of that, out of bounds on the full in the right forward pocket. Yeah, good endeavour by both teams.
Absolutely,
Fred.
Absolutely. You can see Saints work really hard in the forward line.
Monaghetti leads, just drops short so the Bombers take the mark, and Nicholas Hooker.
Mason DeWitt, where would they be without him? What a defender he is for Tiwi.
He doesn't stop, does he? And that's a terrible kick and comes off the boot of Parnell. Should be out of bounds on the full. Good call by the boundary umpire. So Tiwi will take the kick. Jack Wilson with the free in front of our commentary box in the grandstand. Nearly 22 minutes gone in the second quarter. Trailing by 48 points, the Tiwi Bombers. Tonga lead is ignored. This kicks it up, hopes with a big ruckman to take a good grab. Ryan Smith there goes to spoiled and thought he took the mark. Lant gets absolutely drilled. Picked up by the by the Tiwi player in Carroll. Picks it forward again. Just a few errors here in their kicking. Really holding the footy. The umpire's going to call it. So free kick going to Tim Babui. Needs to let them take it here. Doesn't want to give away the 50.
He's done well.
Held up the play. Didn't give away the 50. Very smart. So right on the paint of 50, Babui kicks it to the top of the square, looking for Darcy at the back. The numbers are there for St Mary's. And again, we're talking about numbers for Tiwi. They're just not there at the drop of the footy. And St Mary's are going to run away through Dylan Lant out of the defensive 50 for St Mary's.
Well, Lachlan Taylor did so well there for St Mary's, and they now find themselves out on centre wing. Again, by himself was Paredes. Long kick inside 50, looking for the big man in Grenfell. Shoved away his opponent. Now Saints lacking numbers. Coming away with it, Tyler Bell for the Tiwi Bombers. Kicks out wide, asking a lot of Aaron Christensen. Gathers close to the boundary under the scoreboard. Nice dinky little left foot kick finds Patrick Heenan. Heenan quickly into the middle of the ground finds Ross Tongatalum. Tries to step around Lloyd Norman. Don't do that. With the left boot, he comes out really wide. Looking for a teammate out here in John Tipalora. Confronted by Ryan Smith, who did well to hold him up. Now he chips up to Harley Purantatameri. Grandstand side. Left half forward. Harley Purantatameri asking his players to run to the left. And now he just pops up a horrible looking kick, asking a lot of Ross Tongatalum. Didn't get anywhere near the footy. Was towed away by Jellyman Turner. Jeffrey Simon with the kick. Kicks up to half forward.
And Vallejo, the runner's being called for interference with the play. Iggy Vallejo.
Iggy Vallejo somehow finds a way to give away a free kick, Fred Murphy.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure his brother Anthony would be happy with that.
Oh, that's a Cardinal. A lot of money in the fine tin after this game.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
So the free kick, incredibly, Ross Tongatalum finds himself in the perfect position to be the man who takes the free kick. Goes the pass. The pass looking for Adam Tipungwuti, but in the right spot. Lachlan Taylor for St Mary's.
Lachlan Taylor with the hand pass over to Kieran Parnell. Good run by Parnell. Looks up to Lant. That's Jack Lant. Takes the mark. Sorry, that's Goddard. Jeremy Goddard. Picks it up as the siren goes for half-time. Tiwi Bombers 1-5-11 trailing. St Mary's 9-5-59 here at half-time at Marara.
Thanks very much, Natasha Medbury. Hot afternoon here this afternoon. It's what we come to expect. The Tiwi Bombers have become the 2:30 game time specialists, and most other teams fear to play at this time of the afternoon because of...
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an
what's going on, and they'd be
in
looking
society
to make,
at the moment, yeah.
They'd be looking to make a real statement to say, here's what we're about. This is the kind of footy that we want to play.
Yeah, very proud club, as you said, Dominic, and with everything going on, you know, they're getting the wins on the board, so it's not the actual footy that they're playing, but they are making a statement out here today, and you know, good on them, because there's just some things that you can't handle in the society. You know, social media these days, you know, you just sort of go off a grain of salt with a lot of the things that get posted these days and the truth behind it, because it's just, you know, there's a lot of people that have a lot of accounts, and a lot of accounts are fake accounts as well, just in general, not in those sort of topics, but just in general. So social media, as my nana says, is the real nation of the world.
Quarter time, Saints led by 30. Half time, they lead here by 48. Natasha Medbury to get us underway in the second half.
So it comes down to the big ruckman and Monaghetti for Tiwi. Quick kick out of the middle. Good hands to the footy. Hand passes to Bradley Portmini. Drives it through the big sticks, but misses, goes through the points. I thought that was going through. It was a good kick off the boot. So a good start to the Bombers. Unfortunately, it's a point, but looking good out of the middle. St. Mary's here through Lant with the kick out. So just waiting for his options. Took his time and plays on. Has a bounce, mind you. Good work. Knew there was a big fella on the mark, but it's a poor kick. Goes out of bounds in front of Ryan Smith, in front of the Tiwi interchange. Had the right idea there, Lant, but just the delivery of his kick.
Yeah, I think Lant had the idea, but Ryan didn't come forward and try to meet the ball. I think Ryan was trying to call a taxi, so yeah, didn't connect.
Spoken like a true ruckman, Fred Murphy. Boundary throw in now. Half forward for the Tiwi Bombers. Ryan Smith didn't even bother to go into the contest. Monaghetti won it. He gets it down here to Fletcher Carroll. Fletcher Carroll with the high up and under. Byrne went at it hard. Anthony Long couldn't grab hold of the footy. Lant there again, being hung onto by Timothy Babui. Gets the ball out to Paredes again, 5 metres in the clear, in defensive 50. Long kick out here towards Lloyd Raymond on centre wing. Grabs hold of the footy, disciplined play, handballed it backwards to Calder. Clears a path. Kicks well, finds Jack Lant. He's caught. Tackle. Can he get a kick away? He can. Oh. And the mark taken deep in defence there by the Tiwi Bombers.
So they switch the play, running from left half back, the Bombers. Delivery of the kick to Harley Punatana Mary on the wing. Hand passes back to his teammate that kept running past was Adam Tippenwoody, with mark taken by Bradley Portmini. Hand passes to Tippenwoody again, back to Bradley Portmini, and they've stuffed it up here, the Bombers. And a good kick by Lant. Finds a big ruckman and Ryan Smith on the wing. Hand passes to Shawnee Edwards. Doesn't gain much ground, but kept running here was Taylor, Lachlan Taylor. Kicks it forward to Lant. Lant here, Jack Lant. There's a free player. That's a good kick. Brilliant kick to Lloyd Raymond. It just hung, but it was the weight behind it. He knew where his player was running, and St. Mary's, Lloyd Raymond takes the mark. About 35 metres away from goal on a 45-degree angle. We should go back and nail this one, Fred.
Oh, absolutely. Watching young Raymond play already, he's got some really good foot skills, so it shouldn't be a problem for the young fella.
He's got some flair, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So we're watching him play. He comes in, kicks it from 40, and it goes through the big sticks. The umpire didn't have to move much. Calder was clapping it through, and the St. Mary's have their 11th goal on the board. Only 3 minutes gone to this third quarter.
I think the biggest difference there in the game was when Dylan Land's got the ball in the half-back line. He was surrounded by Tiwi Bombers players, but instead of bombing it forward, he kept his composure, kept it forward, and looked for Ryan Smith on the wing. Then Ryan put it forward to Lachlan Taylor, then Lachlan Taylor to Jack Land, and Jack to Raymond. So that, to me, is the biggest thing, composure under pressure. And St. Mary's are really doing really well, and they're making the most of it.
Yeah, it's a good call, Fred. They have been quite composed today, especially at those crucial times when they've been under pressure. So St. Mary's now, their first goal of this third quarter. They move on to 10-5-65, leading the Tiwi Bombers 1-6-12. 3 minutes into the premiership quarter. Umpires just waiting for things to settle here. Players in position. Ball tossed high. Smith up against Monaghetti. Monaghetti wins it down. Scagliarini, a quick kick out of the middle. Quick handball, I should say. Monaghetti was the one who got the soccer out of the middle. And the mark taken. The mark taken there by Tyler Bell. So Bell, good mark in front of Williams for St. Mary's. That's Harry Williams. And he's dead in front of goal. Man on the mark, about 47 metres from goal. And Bell here has gone all the way back to the middle of the ground with his run-up. Now on the approach. In he comes. Approaches the paint of 50. Kicks from 51. Kick on its way. It's a big, booming left foot kick, and it hits the post a third of the way up.
On the inside as well.
I got my player wrong there. It was Nicholas Hooker. And Saints on the rebound straight away. The quick kick comes out to Harry Williams. His long kick out towards Raymond. In fact, it went to the good hands of Jackson Calder. He took that mark very well in front of Mason DeWitt. That's been a terrific contest this afternoon. Calder with the chip. Goes to and finds Lant. Lant with the worm burner finds Williams just forward of centre. Now kicking long. How Ryan Smith makes so much space, I do not know. He drills a pass into Grenfell, comes off hands. Anthony Wilson to gather, snaps around the body, and that's just too easy for the green and gold. Well played. And Anthony Wilson kicks his first goal of the afternoon. St Mary's with the first 2 of the third quarter.
Yeah, great crumbing by Anthony Wilson. That's what you want him in the team for, and he did it perfectly. Great mark on the wing there by Jackson Calder as well. He seemed to be that link player as well. Good to see him getting confidence in there and taking the marks out in front of him. Then connected to Ryan Smith, and then Ryan Smith to Grenfell. A great ball, the 3 big guys connecting, and I think they're getting their confidence up, Saints, now. They're really going on to it. So it'll be interesting to see if they can really roll on to it and how they go about it. But I'd love to see some fight from the Tiwi Bombers, you know, some really effort in their leaders to stand up and show us really what you've got.
Yeah, moved that board around like you said at halftime. I think, Fred, I don't think they moved it around too much. So back in the middle, Monongetti and Smith, both of them probably equal fingers to the ball. So wrapped up straight away, so didn't move an inch pretty much. So they're going to reset. Umpire quickly throws it up, not waiting around for anything. Monongetti with a big leap, punches it forward. There's that man, Scanglarini. Good player. Picked it up. Bombers just went without the footy, the Bombers player. Thought he had it, and then straight into the back. The umpire says, I'll ball it up. So 55 metres around out from the Tiwi Bombers goal. The umpire throws it up. Monongetti again gets a leap over Smith. Quick kick forward for the Bombers. Lands 40 metres out from goal. Well wed by Long. Comes out, kicks it to Wilson. Wilson couldn't take the mark. Has the pace on here. Kicked it to himself. The ball's going to bounce nicely for him. It does. Wilson is cornered to the boundary. Well done by Tiwi there. It's a poor handball from Wilson. Then he sort of acts on that the cramp sort of happened and comes off quickly. Aaron Christensen takes the mark for the Bombers and then switches the play into the midfield.
And he goes across to Fletcher Carroll. Good player for the Tiwi Bombers. Coming from the ground for Tiwi, Tyson Tippermundamerry. Fletcher Carroll handballs inboard, goes to the run of Mason DeWitt, takes a bounce, lopes to 50, kicks long. It's a big kick. It's an accurate kick. That's a great kick by Mason DeWitt. Good play by the Tiwi Bombers, and it took one of their defenders on a long run to kick that goal. What a goal from Mason DeWitt.
Oh, absolutely, Mason. Well done, and that's for effort. He's really tried in the back line all day. You ran down to the half-forward line, and from the 50 metres, great goal, Mason. And hopefully we might see him in the forward line. You never know. It.
Do you risk putting him up there? He's probably stopped about 10 goals, I reckon, with Scanglarini. But yeah, you'd like to put those probably on the ball or up forward, wouldn't you? But then what do you do with the back line?
Well, that's the thing, and that's where everyone for the Tiwi Bombers has to be on the same page and really step up. And, you know, hopefully they can get another goal in a row, and that might give them some belief and some confidence to really have a go at this lead.
So Grenfell's gone into the ruck for St Mary's. Its fingers to the ball, comes down to Carroll for the Tiwi Bombers. Intercepted here by St Mary's. They've got the numbers again around the footy, just too easy around Tungatalam. Does Goddard, kicks it forward. In front was Calder, couldn't take the mark. Good hand pass by Ted Castle. Gets it to Nathan Paredes, and the mark taken by Jackson Calder. Too easy there for St Mary's. About 45-degree angle, 35 metres out. Jackson Calder is going to go back to kick, looking for his first goal of the game.
Yeah, great hands there. Great play by little young Bowie Ted Castle.
He's got quick hands, doesn't he? Yeah.
I love it. He really reads the play. So instead of kicking it, he hand passed it to Paredes, and Paredes a nice little kick lob there to Jackson Calder.
Calder comes in, kicks it from 40. Looks good off the boot. They're happy with it, goes straight through. He's got his first goal for the day, and St Mary's have their 12th, leading here the Tiwi Bombers, St Mary's 12-15-77, Tiwi Bombers 2-7-19, 9 minutes gone in the third quarter.
I think what St Mary's would be looking for, and probably Anthony Villaggio, is to really push on, and the players like Jackson Calder to get more confidence kicking for goal. You know, Bo Tedcastle, Ryan Smith. Looks like Ryan Smith is resting in the full forward position. You know, Shawnee Edwards, the forward lines, to really get some confidence in going as well. The centre line is willing. I think the St Mary's have won the ball probably more times than the Tiwi Bombers out of the middle. Jack Monaghetti's tried really hard. He's won a lot of the taps, but the St Mary's midfielders are just reading the play a lot more better. And when they're not, when the ball goes to the Tiwi Bombers half forward, St Mary's half back line are retaliating and setting up that game of checkers across for St Mary's players.
77 plays 19. Grenfell wins the ruck contest, goes to Lant. Handball flicked out the back to Harry Williams. Has time to fumble 3 times and pick up the footy. Kicks it forward. Jackson Calder playing in front of DeWitt. Took the mark and took it easily, and then gets it out to Nathan Paredes, who just runs away from his opponent, makes it very, very difficult for himself from the right forward pocket, bends it around, or at least attempted to, and kicked it behind.
I reckon Danielle Pontry's partner will have a chat to him about that kick.
Said, watch me instead.
Yeah. So quick kick out by DeWitt. It's a bomb. That's travelled 90 metres. So out to the middle, but St Mary's again have the numbers. Long has a little bit of time. Anthony Long hand passes back to Lant. So Lant, there's a Tiwi Bombers player down. Kicks it out wide. That's Williams, I think, with the drop mark for St Mary's. Gets the hand pass away. No, the umpire's called him. So well done to the Tiwi Bombers out there on the far wing. Just amples through. Hand pass over the top to Simon. Back to the running player, just kicks it in hope. They've got a player in the back that's got out the back here, the Tiwi Bombers, and Austral. Shane Austral can't pick it up, and shoveled through by the St Mary's defender through for a behind. Just couldn't pick it up, Shane Austral, could he? So another behind to the Tiwi Bombers.
Yeah, he nearly had the chance there, but the St Mary's players, 3 of them running back to support the goals, was, you know, that's effort there.
Ball kicked in now. Lant goes to Wilkinson. Wilkinson couldn't grab it. Second effort was good though. The Tiwi Bombers were coming in numbers. He belted the ball forward. It came off the boot of a Tiwi Bomber player and rolled out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Fred, I think it comes back again. Just that effort, just not quite enough there from the Tiwi Bombers.
Yeah.
The urgency.
They need to try harder and just give their coaches and supporters something to believe in.
Trying hard there. Fletcher Carroll got a handball away to Scagliarini, wrapped up in a tackle by Anthony Long. Coming in strongly there was Furphy. Ball comes away here to Jellyman Turner. Got a handball but cut off by Tipalora. Ball spills to Adam Tipungwuti in the corridor, 25 metres out from goal. That's a goal for the Tiwi Bombers. It was scrappy, it looked ordinary, but once it got in the hands of a good player, straight through for a goal.
Great effort by Adam Tipungwuti. He's probably tried really hard in his effort to the whole game. It's been really good. I really loved his chase a couple in the second quarter, but just a really great effort for Adam Tipungwuti to really finish off thing. Hopefully the other Tiwi players will take an effort from him, and he just perseverance and really try. But yeah, great skill by Adam.
We just see Paddy Heenan come back on. Pretty quiet game for his standards. He going up to the back line. So Paddy Heenan, the captain, of course, for the Bombers. Yeah, for his standard, he'll want to lift and just try and get himself into the game and his team. So back in the middle, just waiting for the players to set. Grenfield, it's Wilson in the ruck.
We want to see Tiwi at least get another goal, 2 in a row, and gives, you know, try effort.
So Grenfell just takes it out of the ruck, gets it to Paredes. Paredes kicks it forward. Good pick up by Jacob Long. Hand passes to Williams, running past, delivers it in. Christensen got into the back of his opponent. Good pick up by Ryan Smith to Calder. Calder has his second. So too easy there in the end by St Mary's. So Jackson Calder's kicked his second within minutes. And St Mary's are just blazing away here. They're now 13-6-84, leading the Bombers 3-8-26. 13 and a half minutes gone in this third quarter. Good pickup by Ryan Smith, the big ruckman here.
Oh, absolutely. Great kick forward too by Jack Williams. He noticed that Ryan was leading. The ball didn't reach Ryan on the full, but it reached him on the bounce. But yeah, great pickup by Ryan Smith. And he did the 1%ers. Jackson Calder's running past, hand pass to him, and great kick by Jackson Calder. That's what we're looking for from Saints, is the 1%ers, the simple things. And you do the simple things well, you've got a good opportunity of really winning, but also playing well. So that's what Saints are doing in the moment. Tiwi, hopefully they can keep going and keep trying.
Monaghan up in the ruck against Grenfell. Grenfell won it down initially. Ball comes to Lloyd Norman. Lloyd Raymond, I should say. And he kicks it out wide and finds Lachlan Taylor at centre wing. Taylor pops it up, looking out there for Nathaniel Paredes. Finds Paredes. The man who just owns space goes to Calder. Been in this game, Calder. Been everywhere. Long kick. Finds the run of Williams. Williams just overkicks the footy. Misses the target in Sean Edwards. Tiwi Bombers mopping up. Kick comes out here towards Carroll. Carroll runs outside of defensive 50. On the chase was Raymond. Lant will be there. Dylan Lant couldn't grab hold of the footy. Coming in strongly was Angus Byrne. Good handball to Jack Wilson. Long kick. Jellyman Turner left for the footy, but Ross Tongatalam just perfectly positioned. Held the ball in and took the mark. What a player he is.
Oh, he knows so much experience there. He definitely used his body there, and now he's lining up. Great experience for Ross Tongatalam.
So goal for goal at the moment here in this third quarter. Ross Tongatalam crosses 50, kicks on goal. It's a beautiful looking kick from the champ, straight through the middle, and Ross Tongatalam becomes the first multiple goal scorer this afternoon for the Tiwi Bombers. Kicked one in the second, one now in this third quarter. What a terrific play, the Tiwi Bombers. 4-8-32, St Mary's. Their score 13-6-84. We've gone 15 minutes in this third quarter.
Yeah, great play by Ross. Great body work as well. The only thing about that, it's taking individual brilliance for the Tiwi Bombers to score goals instead of teamwork, hard effort and that. But, you know, they just need to really keep working hard, and hopefully they can get a couple more goals in a row. And hopefully the Tiwi players can get inspiration by Ross's goal there and, you know, really work for each other. Jack Monaghan is really working hard. He's playing really well in the ruck. He's winning the taps. Just the midfield needs to support him in that effort as well. And once they get the ball in the forward line just needs to work that extra harder and try to help their centre line out.
Monaghan wins the ruck for Tiwi Bombers. Hand pass to Paredes, and caught holding the ball is Goddard. Jeremy, so free kick here to the Bombers. Quickly plays on. Good kick, find his teammate in Bradley Poltamini. Kicks it into the 50 and nearly a collision there. Probably should have left it for Ross Tongatalam. Picked up by Scagliarini. And does it dribble through? No, it doesn't. So another behind to the Bombers, but they're looking more exciting here, Fred.
Yeah, they've won the centre clearance that time, and the ball went forward, and they forwards are in front. So good effort there.
Jellyman Turner on the rebound now. Little chip goes to Lachlan Taylor. He held the ball a little bit too long there. Somehow got it off to Goddard before he was tackled. Calder takes the mark now at centre wing. Chips forward. On the bounce, Ryan Smith to pick up. Flicks it to Jacob Long, who's hardly been in this game, really, for a player of his quality. Long kick. And speaking of quality, he summed that up beautifully. Kicked it over the top of the head of Tyson Tipamundameri. And standing there waiting to receive the footy, Bo Tedcastle in the corridor. Takes the mark 35 from goal and should go back and kick his second. Commentator's curse. Will it work? So Bo Tedcastle, number 33 on the back. Lopes in, kicks on goal. Doesn't let me down. Thanks, Bo Tedcastle. Straight through for his second goal of the afternoon. And Saints move on here. 14-6-90. Leading the Tiwi Bombers 4-9-33 at the 18-minute mark of the third.
Great play by Jacob Long there. He got the ball on the half-forward flank from a good mark from Jackson Calder. Jackson Calder kicked the ball to Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith hand pass to Jacob Long. And Jacob Long looked what was in front of him and saw young Tedcastle there. This kid is really impressing me live, and I love the way he moves around the forward line. He doesn't stay stagnant. He's moving around. He's a second, third, fourth efforts, and you can see why he's getting 2 or 3 goals today and also a game. So he's going to be a really good player and someone that sparks the forward line for the St Mary's in the future.
He's only a young fella as well, so he's got a couple of years left here in the NTFL before he might get picked up. So Monaghan taps it down to Ross Tongatalam. Quick hand pass to Carroll. Carroll passes it on to Palapur Mini from 55. Has a ping at the goals. It goes to the back. Good. What was the umpire call? Yep, the mark. So I thought he was going to call pushing the back. I think he protected the space. I don't think it was the free kick in the back there. So mark taken by Wilson, I think it is. For Tiwi Bombers right in front, or is it
Angus Byrne?
Angus Byrne. So directly in front, the Bombers, Angus Byrne goes back, kicks it through the big sticks, and the Bombers have their 5th on the board. So a good goal to the Tiwi Bombers. Again, starting from the middle, they've put Ross Tungatalam in there.
Absolutely. When Ross Tungatalam gets the ball, good things happen. It's a pity we can't keep him there any longer. But great hand pass to Bradley Pronomini, and Bradley summed up that Angus was in a good position to take the mark. So good body work by Angus as well. And I think he's tried really hard to fall forward. The lack of opportunities come his way, and the tight defence by the St. Mary's backline have really hampered his, and also the delivery. But I think he's really tried some great effort by Angus, and he gets rewarded for a goal.
And it's 5 goals to 4 in this quarter. So, you know, the Bombers have done well.
Yep. Yeah. And this was their poor quarter. Last week was the third quarter, so good to see them fighting this one out. Ryan Smith to go up against Monagatti again. Monagatti been dominant at centre bounces. Break even this time. Fletcher Carroll pursues the footy. Feigns one way, then the other. On pursuit was Jack Williams, but Fletcher Carroll maintains possession of the footy. Kicks up here towards Austral. Can't take the mark under pressure from Parnell. Gets a handball away. Ross Tungatalam flicked it forward. Stolen now by Saints. Into the hands of Harry Williams. He's under pressure. He's dropped the footy. He's gone. And play on advantage is the call. Tiwi away. Shot on goal is a goal.
First
Tiwi. Back-to-back goals, and Timothy Babui kicking that one, and it just came from relentless pressure from the middle of the ground. Well done to the Tiwi Bombers.
Oh, absolutely. Great tackle in the half forward, backed up by Scillarini, and I think the really effort there, and then the young Tiwi boy kicked the goal. But that's what they need. First time they've gone back-to-back goals, and hopefully that'll give them some confidence. So that's 5 goals each in the quarter. They're playing really well. It's just the minute-by-minute quarters, and it's just lapse in concentration. But at least they're showing a bit of fight and a bit of character, and they're really good to see. And Monagatti and you know, Scanlon in the middle, and you know, Ross Tungatalam, they're really trying really hard.
So back in the middle here, the umpire's just waiting for the numbers to be set. Monagatti's sort of been winning from the middle. Both of them don't get hands to the footy. St. Mary's and Monagatti just dumps his player that didn't have the footy, but the free kick is going to the Bombers. An advantage played. Everyone had stopped, so the Bombers 70 metres out, delivers the kick into Ross Tungatalam. Well done by Land. Got in front after getting bodied out. A quick kick forward. Is it going to go through the goals? It does. They have 3 in a row, the Tiwi Bombers. So Jack Wilson has his first goal, and the Bombers have 3 in a row for the first time in this game. And again, from the middle, just won the hard ball in the middle, but a little bit of was advantage, but to the Tiwi Bombers, because St. Mary's weren't quite sure what was going on, and they ran away as you do when you know that you got the advantage. And well done to Wilson. Yeah, absolutely. And the ball got kicked into Ross Tungatalam, and it was a one-on-one contest. And Ross put the ball to ground, and great goal there by young Jack Wilson. And you know, 3 in a row. That's and the numbers,
awesome.
we've seen the numbers at the drop of that ball was the difference.
Absolutely.
Was the difference.
And the great numbers in the centre square. They're winning the centre clearances, which is really helping them, and their forwards are in front.
Well, an interesting stage of this game now. 22 minutes gone, 90 plays 51. The comeback on from the Tiwi Bombers, belted forward by Monagatti. Scagliarini threw a boot at it, couldn't get it. Wilson has a handball, back to Scagliarini. Handball on the up to Tipalora. His handball away to Fletcher Carroll, pursuing him, Wilkinson. Handball loose, goes to Ted Castle, flicks it forward. Jack Williams just soccers it to the advantage of St. Mary's. Contest between Jacob Long and his opponent in Tipalora. Neither can win it out. And a free kick going for a throw. Well, that's the umpire's call. And it goes to Alistair Darcy for the Tiwi Bombers. From half back now. Kick is poor up to Tipalora. Steps away from his opponent in Jellyman Turner. Long kick up centre wing. Musgrove in good position. Couldn't take the mark under pressure from Byrne. Coming into the back, Lant picks it up and snaps around the body. Goes to Goddard, who couldn't take the mark. He clashes now with Scagliarini. He gets a kick away under pressure from Harry Williams. Ball set up for Burl. He couldn't take the footy. Musgrove handballs into space. Goes to Goddard. Back to Lant. Handball cut off by Scagliarini. He's everywhere. Stepping around here, there and everywhere. Ball up to Wilkinson. Good mark under pressure. Takes that mark at defensive 40, and now we'll flick it out wide again. Paredes by himself.
So he has a bounce. Heenan chasing him, delivers it down. Asked a lot of Grenfell, but in the end, he took the mark. 80 metres out from goal. Delivers it into the 50. A one-on-one Calder's there. Can't take the mark. No, that's Shawnee Edwards. Gets the hand pass over the top to Ted Castle, who hand passes to Jacob Long. In the end, the numbers won out for St. Mary's. St. Mary's kicked the goal. Jacob Long has his first for the game, and St. Mary's have their 15th. But in the end, it was just a little bit too easy with the hand pass over the top. It was one-on-one, and then just delivers it in, but too easy in the head for it.
Yeah, great mark in the back line there by Wilkinson as well. He set that up. He took the mark, he went back, showed composure, and kicked it to Paredes on the wing. And once Paredes got it in the open space on the wing, he kicked it to Grenfell. It was a really good kick as well. And from Grenfell, it went down to Shawnee Edwards, and then great hand pass there, and great goal to Jacob Long.
He's not having 30 touches a game, Nate Paredes, but the space that he's getting, and when he gets those touches, what he does with it just turns to gold, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
In the middle now, Grenfell wins it forward, finds Goddard. Goddard, lovely kick into forward 50, and Jacob Long, hands out in front of his face, takes the mark, and so he'll kick from 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle, right of centre, kicking to the Michael Long Academy end. And ever since I said we hadn't seen much of him, he's been in the game, Fred.
This quarter, he's really stepped up. Yeah, Dom, he's really providing a good opportunity in the forward line.
Oh, steps over 50, then steps around his player. Almost thought he wasn't going to do it, and then he just pops it through for an easy goal from 35 metres out. That's hilarious. I thought he was going to fall over trying to step Alistair Darcy. A little bit cute, perhaps. He managed to run himself into space and then put it through for a goal. So in a matter of a minute, he kicks his second goal for the third quarter.
Yeah, look, great party time goal there, but Jacob, I wouldn't recommend it all the time, but keep things simple. But I think he got the goal in the end. I think Saints are really just moving on. But, you know, Tiwi are really trying. The effort is there in this quarter. You know, the Saints got the ball out there through Goddard, and great pass from Goddard. Hit Jacob Long out in the forward line. Jacob Long's changed now since he's gone from the back line to the forward line. He's making a presence there. Probably wants to kick a few more goals as well.
I think the 3 in a row by Tiwi. I think the runner for St. Mary's must have got into a few of the ears of the St. Mary's players, because they've really stepped up a notch since then. So Monongetti just mistimed it, and Grenfell again with the easy tap out, gets it out here to Lant. That's Jack Lant, gets taken down. Is the umpire going to call holding the footy? So free kick to Paddy Heenan, the captain for the Tiwi Bombers, and the defensive 50 right on the 50. So right half back. So good kick, finds Simon, hand passes to a player running past Tiwi through the middle, kicks it up forward at the back, tries to take a screamer, does the Tiwi player in Harley Punatana Mary, and it dribbles through for a behind. So good transition of the footy there by Tiwi, but just the delivery into the forward line just wasn't quite there.
Saints now on the rebound again. Paredes all by himself. Handball's off to Lant. Here's high up and under, going to no one in particular. Alistair Darcy went for the soccer off the ground. Saints now in numbers. Alistair Darcy had to win that footy. The kick inboard finds Bo Tedcastle 25 metres out from goal, and Shawnee Edwards says, make sure you go back and have your shot on goal. Again, that transition, Fred, and Alistair Darcy had to win the footy. That had to be kicked or gathered or smothered and taken forward.
Yeah, I think so. He missed the ball, but great replay by Saints, and picked the ball up and kicked it into Bo Tedcastle, which I'm sure he'll kick a goal. But it just got that transition after hard boy play mistakes, the lack of skills and that. But, you know, Saints hit the target, and you get the rewards.
Right of centre now, Bo Tedcastle coming in to kick his third goal, the second of this third quarter. Kick on its way, and he's put that straight through the middle as Bo Tedcastle. He has 3, and bearing in mind that he has handed off 2 handballs in the goal square to teammates, he could have had 5 this afternoon.
But to me, that shows what a good player he is.
Absolutely,
and at the end of the day, you know, to me, he's going to be a really good player, because he's not about the limelight, kicking 5 goals. He's about bringing teammates into play. And those are the players you want to watch, and those are players that really to help you with the culture of your team.
Well, I tell you what, it's a mark, and I don't want to make too much of this, but it's perhaps a mark of the player, the fact that he is wearing number 33, because there's a certain famous number 33 who played exactly like that. It wasn't about himself, it was about his team, and it was about who he could bring into the game.
Yeah, just those 1%ers. And yet, and the ones that he gave off, he was in the goal square and handed them to Shawnee Edwards. So
and to Jacob Long a little while ago. Becomes the first player in this game to kick 3 goals. Tash?
So 29 minutes gone in third quarter. So Moneghetti wins the tap. Tiwi trying to come out of the middle through Carroll. Tonga Harlem can't get there, punched away. Scagliarini just goes without it. Take a little bit higher. Scagliarini's there again. Geez, he's a ball magnet. Tried hard all day and all game and finds in full forward Wilson, no Byrne. That's Angus Byrne on the chest. He's already kicked a goal directly in front. Gonna have to kick it from about 35, but Scagliarini, geez, he's a ball magnet and a very, very good player for the Tiwi Bombers. Just keeps trying and trying and trying.
Absolutely. His effort in the third quarter is one of the reasons that Tiwi kicked the 5 goals. He's really, in the midfield, he's just really worked.
Angus Byrne looks good off the boot, straight through the middle. Tiwi Bombers have their 8th goal on the board, and Angus Byrne has his 2nd.
Now, I think that, like I said, Scangler really around the half-ball line won the ball, and the ball went in, and Angus Burns, who's really tried it full forward, and like I said,
and he was in front. Yep,
yeah, he was in
exactly.
Front. His hands were in front of him like any good forward should be, and he took a good mark. He seems like a really good target for the Tiwi Bombers. It's just the ball getting in there consistently, but also in a good way on a platter that he can get the mark. So Tiwi's got something to work with. So hopefully let's see that more of that from the Tiwi Bombers, more effort and more composure. I'd like to see more composure with the ball.
10 goals kicked in the first half between these players. 15 goals kicked in this third quarter so far. Ruck contest comes down. Fletcher Carroll couldn't get a kick away. Goddard was poleaxed into the ground. Handball comes out towards Paredes. Stands up in the tackle. Runs away from the opponent. Chips up towards Calder. Gathers on the bounce. Goes to Goddard by hand. Back to Paredes. No one followed him into forward 50. Kick goes up towards Lloyd Raymond. Ball spills for Tedcastle. Has the crack at goal. And misses, and Sean Edwards lets him know about it at the top of the square and says, hey, if it's from that angle, how about you kick to me? 17-6, 108 St Mary's, 8-10, 58 the Tiwi Bombers. 31 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Paddy Heenan looking to bring the ball back in for the Bombers. Not long left in this third quarter. A few goals kicked. Just kicks it to DeWitt. Still in the back pocket. Goes across the face. Finds Harley, put a ton of Mary. Has a bounce running out of the defensive 50 over the top to Carroll, puts him under pressure, manages to get away from it. Tiwi Bombers here need to hand passes to himself. That's Tepa Mantamiri. That's Tyson. Just put the players under a little bit of pressure, but the numbers are there for the Tiwi. It's good to see. Angus Byrne takes the mark and probably too far out. He's going to quickly have a shot. The umpire said it doesn't count. So three-quarter time here. Tiwi Bombers 8-10-58, trailing St Mary's 17-7, 109.
Well, what a quarter that was. As I said a moment ago, 10 goals kicked between the two clubs in the entirety of the first half. 9 goals to Saints and 1 goal to the Tiwi Bombers.
Love exploring the territory? If you do explore, get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
In the past 10 years, more than 200 loved ones have died on Territory roads because of drink driving.
We've had enough of the carnage on our roads.
We've had enough of putting broken bodies back together.
I've had enough telling parents their child will never be coming home.
We've had enough of losing our best and fairest.
We've had enough pain and sadness to last a lifetime.
One for the road, mate?
Nah, mate. Enough's enough.
It's time we said enough's enough.
Head on in to Kazali's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding. Kazali's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
So we can feel, really feel together, real together. No one can stop. No one can stop. Nothing can ever bring me down.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Cheers anyway.
If you're going to drink, don't drive. Who's your sober Bob?
Life on the land. Find out more at abc.net.au/rural.
Now kicking long. How Ryan Smith makes so much space, I do not know. He drills a pass into Grenfell, comes off hands. Anthony Wilson to gather, snaps around the body, and that's just too easy for the green and gold. Well played. And Anthony Wilson kicks his first goal of the afternoon. Ball comes away here to Jellyman Turner. Got a handball, but cut off by Tipalora. Ball spills to Adam Tipungwuti in the corridor, 25 metres out from goal. That's a goal for the Tiwi Bombers. Stolen now by Saints. Into the hands of Harry Williams. He's under pressure. He's dropped the footy. He's gone. And play on advantage is the call. Tiwi away. Shot on.
Here we go.
Is a goal.
First back
Tiwi. Back-to-back goals, and Timothy Babui kicking that one.
This is the NTFL, live on ABC Digital Radio and streaming on the ABC Listen app.
Welcome back to Marara. Three-quarter time here in this match between the Tiwi Bombers and St Mary's. St Mary's leading it by 51 points. They led by 30 at quarter time, 48 at half time, and now 51 at three-quarter time. It was an amazing third quarter, 15 goals kicked. We're about to get underway here for the last. Natasha Medbury to take it away.
Thanks, Dominic. So Grenfell against Monaghetti. Equal tap there by the ruckman, but picked up by Lant. Geez, he's had a good game for St Mary's. Comes out to Taylor. Taylor has a bounce and delivers it into the 50 for St Mary's. Going to take an uncontested mark in the end. It's that man, Nathan Paredes. So he's taken the mark for St Mary's. Pretty much directly in front. It's going to have to kick it from about 45, but there was 3 St Mary's players that could have easily have raffled off to take that mark, and without much pressure. Yeah. So it was pretty much uncontested in the end. He took it on his chest.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Nathan Paredes found a new position.
Yeah, as you get a bit old, you want to go on the forward line, and a good kick, and he's got his second on the board, Nate Paredes. So after 40 seconds, St Mary's have their 18th goal on the board in this last quarter, and yeah, I mean, like I said, you used to him in the previous, in the previous couple of seasons getting about 30-odd touches, but he's not getting 30, but what he does when he does get the ball is just marvellous.
Yeah, a great play there by Saints. The ball came out on the wing, and Lockie Taylor got the ball, hand passed to Shawnee Edwards, and Shawnee Edwards back to Lockie Taylor, and Lockie Taylor just kicked it into the forward line, and Nathan Paredes read the ball better than anyone else and took an easy mark. He's really providing a good option and a good target in the forward line, and he doesn't have to be the main man in the forward line, which is helping him to involve other players.
I'll do it all over again. Ball tossed high. Grenfell Down to Sean Edwards, soccers it out of midair. Lachlan Taylor gives chase, so too Jacob Long. Gathers on the bounce in front of Darcy. Little chip up towards Lachlan Taylor. Takes the mark in the shade of the grandstand. Chips inboard. Such an unselfish kick from Lachlan Taylor. And he finds Calder on the lead. 45 from goal.
Great play there by Lachie Taylor. He could have blasted for goals, but he did the right thing, did the team thing, and saw Jackson Calder by himself. And that's the way Saints, like Anthony, would like the Saints to play in the last quarter, to show a bit of teammanship and just do the simple things.
So Calder here, man on the mark, standing at about 47 metres from goal. 45-degree angle, right of centre, kicking to the airport end, hits the paint of 50, kick on its way, started it right, and it stays right. So a point on the board for Saints. 1 goal, 1 already. We're 2.5 down in this last quarter. 116 plays 58.
So do it with the kicking out duties for Tiwi. Just waiting for a lead, goes to Carroll. Good mark in the end. It was a bit low. Made him work for it. He had Calder behind him. Calder's on the mark. A bit of cramp, I think. No, he's okay. Carroll. He's waiting for someone to lead. There's not many leads for him, so he just has to bomb it away. Grenfield's in front and takes an easy mark in the end for St. Mary's. So it's going to come back in to the 50 for St. Mary's. And a good chop-off mark there by Alistair Darcy for the Tiwi Bombers. Hand passes to Paddy Heenan, running pass. Switches the play. It opens up a little bit here for the Bombers. What does Tyler Bell? Haven't called him much today. Angus Byrne takes the mark on centre wing. Looks forward. One-on-one in the 50, but it's not getting near Ross Tungatalam. Good work by Mary, I think it was. Ross Tungatalam pushed Parnell into the footy, and Wilkinson kicks it out, finds Shawnee Edwards with an uncontested mark, and the numbers are here for St. Mary's.
Handball forward was good too. Jack Lant takes it. His kick into the middle. Dangerous if it doesn't come off, and it won't. He missed Harry Williams. Comes back here to Barry Yulungura, and Yulungura puts it on the chest of Adam Tipungwuti right in the middle of the ground. Signalling to his players, wanting them to run this way, and that he eventually goes out wide to Tyson Tipumundameri. Tyson Tipumundameri now confronted by Lloyd Raymond. His kick is good though. Goes out wide and finds Byrne. Looking for the lead. Now called to play on. Goes back to Adam Tipungwuti. Takes a bounce. Runs away from Jack Williams. Does it easily. Drills a pass in. Does not work. Goes to Lachie Taylor. Handballs as Ross Tungatalam came towards him. Found Anthony Long. Goes to Sean Edwards. Edwards pops it up and finds Lachie Taylor. Handballs on immediately to Jellyman Turner. Good play in the clear. Bo Tedcastle protected the space and took the mark really well. Pops it up here for Harry Williams. Needs to take the grab. Extended the arms well. Handballs onto Paredes. Handballs onto the run of Jacob Long. Runs to the goal square and kicks a goal. That is the best team goal of the afternoon.
Oh, absolutely. Great play, Saints. And it all started in the back line with Kieran Parnell stopping the ball when it came towards Tiwi goal. Then handball to Wilkinson. Wilkinson out there to one of the other Saints players, and then they got it forward. And then Lachie Taylor getting a handball and driving it forward to Bo Tedcastle. Bo Tedcastle doing a right kick to Harry Williams, and Harry Williams hand passing to Jacob Long. That's probably the play of the day. So that sums up how the game's gone. I mean, Saints have played a really good team. Simple team footy. And the way they've done it is they've shared the ball around, helped each other, doing the 1%ers. And, you know, you do that more times than likely, you've got a good chance of winning.
Jacob Long, Tash, another one now with 3 goals on the board.
Yeah, the small fleet in there have the 3 goals each, don't they? And plus Nate Paredes, not the big tall targets that we're used to. So Grenfell wins the tap down, but it goes to Carroll for the Bombers, kicks it forward. Ross Tungatalam falls over. And again, Carroll gets the footy, kicks it out in front of his teammate in Simon. Simon goes without it. Well done here to St. Mary's. They've got the numbers ahead of the footy. So Harry Williams takes the mark uncontested, then looks inboard. Grenfell takes it on the 50, just keeps running as easy as you like, and then has a shot on goal. Ryan Smith would be happy with that. It goes through for a behind, and a quick play on here by Tiwi Bombers with the kick out.
Angus Bell, in fact Tyler Bell I should say, brings it out wide to Jack Wilson. Wilson, his kick up towards Mason DeWitt. Been probably their best defender, been outstanding. He's just been dropped to the ground by Sean not Sean Edwards, by Jack Williams there, and a free kick given away there for a sling tackle against Jack Williams. Mason DeWitt certainly felt that one. Fred?
Yeah, absolutely. Poor guy. He's still on the ground there. He's not.
Yeah, his head, I reckon. I reckon they got his head in the end. It's one of those ones that's why they brought in that rule, was the sling where your head hits the ground.
Yeah, as we know, TIO Oval is a hard surface as well.
So Mason DeWitt still down here, and the trainer finally with him. There's a bit of remonstrating going on between some of the players, but Ross Tungatalam will take the free kick. He's just been brought away from that area. Players are milling around, so Ross Tungatalam has brought it all the way over to the other side of the ground. Tyler Bell takes the footy, kicks inboard. In fact, handballs inboard and goes to Austral. Austral goes to Aaron Christensen, stops and props for a moment and has a look. His kick meant for Bradley Palapuamini, cut off, and it goes to Goddard.
Scangaleri was just absolutely dropped in back play.
By
so
Jack
the free
Williams.
kick, yep.
So free kick goes to Scagliarini. That's poor. Cut off by Lant. Lant pops it up, but looks for and finds Harry Williams. Who can compose themselves quickest here? Harry Williams' kick goes towards Calder. Front on contact, not called. Grenfell gathers, goes to Calder. Calder out wide, looking for and finding Declan Everett. Just runs around an opponent. The outside of the right boot, if you don't mind. And there's a free kick downfield, or a free kick to the Tiwi Bombers. Free kick to the Tiwi Bombers.
Okay.
I've got no idea what that was for.
No idea. No one's laying on the ground. There's no umpire against anybody, so not sure what that one's for. So the quick kick by the Bombers. Harley Punatana-Mary hand passes to Scangarini. And back to Harley Punatana-Mary. Dances around one, has a bounce, hot on his heels. It was Taylor, I think it was. So and it just about had his head ripped off there. The Tiwi player plays advantage. Carroll finds John Tipalura. Kicks it forward. Simon should take this mark. He just didn't read the footy, and it's going to bounce out of bounds deep in the right forward pocket for Tiwi Bombers. Simon just didn't read that footy. I thought he was going to take the mark then.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to take a mark. It's just one of those things, when the ball bounces and you think you can do it and you can read it on the bounce. So it was a great opportunity to get the ball forward by the Tiwi Bombers. So hopefully they can make something out of this boundary throw-in.
DeWitt does not look well. So boundary throw-in deep in the forward pocket here for the Bombers. What can they do with this? So just easily bodied out of the way. St Mary's kicks it out of defence, but straight to Carroll, up and under kick. Who camps under it? Number of St Mary's players, but in the end, I think, can't pick up who that player is, but Tiwi take the mark. So 45-degree angle, 40 metres out, and it is John Tipalura who's taken the mark for the Tiwi Bombers.
He's actually tried as a young player, and he's done a couple of efforts now and then, so hopefully the young fella can kick for goal and put a major on.
It was a good mark in the end to young John Tipalura. Comes in, kicks it from 40, looks good off the boot. They're not moving the goal umpire, and it's hit the post, just swung late. So Tiwi Bombers can't buy a goal at the moment. It's through for a behind. So the score is Tiwi Bombers 8-11-59, St Mary's 19-9-123. 10 minutes gone in the last quarter.
Dylan Lant brings the ball back into play. Oh, and Lloyd Raymond went for the hanger. He almost had it, just couldn't quite hang on. Tyson Tipamunda-Mary tackled by Lord Raymond, lost the footy. Don't know why that's not a free. Paredes gathers, somehow gets himself away from about 4 Tiwi players, kicks inboard and goes to Declan Everett. His kick up towards Jacob Long. Couldn't take the mark. Spillage cleaned up here by Barry Yulangura. The high up and under. Fletcher Carroll underneath it. He's a reliable player. Kicks it out wide and finds Silvani Babui on centre wing. The switch is on here for the Tiwi Bombers. Babui goes to Tipalura. Tipalura now on the outside wing, up towards Byrne. Couldn't take the mark. Bradley Palapuamini paddling the footy close to the boundary line, and he and Byrne see it out of bounds. And again, they'll have another boundary throw in deep in that right forward pocket.
Look at the numbers in that 50 for St Mary's.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
But it was good. It was good rebounding by Tiwi Bombers. They got the ball in the far wing and tried to overlap it to Alistair Darcy, but just the ball connection into the forward line, looking for the free player or trying to move around.
So Grenfell against Byrne. They've got the numbers here as we spoke about. St Mary's goes to Jellyman Turner, kicks it out to a player all on his own as Lachlan Taylor. Has a bounce, running through the wing. Good chase by the Tiwi Bombers player. Kicks it to Lant, and Lant, does he keep it in? He does, one-on-one. Lachlan Turner, just probably diving at the feet there, I think. Is the umpire going to call this?
It's got to be out of bounds on the full, surely.
So it's going to be a free kick going to St Mary's. So the free kick is going to go to Lachlan Taylor for out of bounds on the full.
Taylor now from centre wing. Morris Rioli grandstand side drills a pass to Jacob Long. I thought he held it. Umpire said no. Austral had it. Tackle, dropped the ball. Raymond comes through. So too does Scagliarini. Raymond did not go hard enough at that footy. Scagliarini always kicks up towards half forward. Wilkinson, good contest between he and Tipalora. Wilkinson wins out and gets it to Anthony Long. Handball's nice it up to Lant. Now a little handball to Jellyman Turner. Goes all the way back now to Wilkinson. In space, with time. Lovely kick up to Jack Williams. Running through the middle was Musgrove. Ignored him, went to Calder. Calder on the second grab takes the mark. Harry Williams in space and he goes in that direction. Long kick on the left boot. Takes the mark. 35 from goal on a 40-degree angle. Left of centre will go back and have a crack at the goal.
Yeah, great play by Wilkinson. And to see if Harry can, Taylor can... Williams can finish off this goal here. He's really tried effort all day and he's really run all hard. He seems to be a really good runner. So see if Harry can finish off.
So Harry Williams now, ball in hand, just twisting it around in the hands, crosses the paint of 50 with the big 500 on there. Kicks on goal. He started it and it just faded to the right. Another point on the board here. St Mary's moved to 19-10. 124. Tiwi Bombers 8-11-59. Almost 13 minutes gone in this last quarter.
Alan Christensen, it's his brother Aaron Christensen's going to take the kick out here. DeWitt injured after being slung to the ground. The umpire's given a 50. So against Lant, Jack Lant. Not quite sure. He said he went over the mark. Don't see that very often. Aaron Christensen can play on. No one's on the mark, so trying to get there now. It's taken him to the centre of the field. Kick forward to Carroll. He's been in everything, Carroll. The Tiwi Bombers. Looks out wide, looking for the switch, and there's that other man, Scagliarini. Kicks it forward, just caught at the back there. Oh, geez, Jellyman Turner. He was pushed out of the way, but managed to get his hands to the footy. Nearly took a great mark, but Scagliarini again just can't find that target in the attacking 50 for Tiwi, and they come away St Mary's here through centre wing.
Harry Williams up here towards Jack Lant. What a terrific mark at half forward, under pressure. His kick is not as good as it should have been. Will be cut off here by Yulungura. Pops it up and looking for the run of Simon. Finds him. He's tackled. Goes back to Yulungura in support. Little chip is terrible. Goes to Wilson and puts him under pressure. His handball goes back to Yulungura. Steps around Ted Castle easily. Drills a pass and finds Harley Purantatameri at left half back. Left foot kick. It looks good. Heenan just worked himself into front position brilliantly. Got the footy. Jacob Long spilt the footy. Anthony Long paddles it back to Ryan Smith. He gathered the footy and dropped the ball. Tiwi Bombers all waiting for it. Jacob Long just kept going. Have to play to the whistle. Kick long down the field. Wilson did great in a contest with Declan Everett. They win the footy, the Tiwi Bombers, and switch out to Silvani Babui with just acres of space.
So Babui kicks it forward. I think that's Carroll for Tiwi. Delivers it into the 50. Drop chest mark there by Alistair Darcy. St Mary's are going to clean up. They do. So finds Furphy on centre wing. Hand passes to a teammate running past. St Mary's player all by himself. 80 metres out. Just lowers his eyes and is going to find Lant. That's Jack Lant. So he's taken the mark. He's going to have to kick it from about 50. Tight angle. But St Mary's here looking for their 20th goal of the game. A lot of hands on hip. There's a lot of tired players out there. It's been a very, very hot game. 15.5 minutes gone in this last quarter. So Jack Lant has one goal. Kicked it in the first quarter. Can he kick another goal? Nathan Paredes is begging for the footy. No one's near him, but he doesn't pass it. Jack Lant has a shot. And why, I was going to say, why wouldn't you when you got the goal? But it hit the post halfway up and it's through for a behind. But again, Nate Paredes was the option there, closer to goal, but no one picked him up.
Tiwi Bombers now bring the ball back into play. The kick goes to Jack Wilson. Pops it up, looking for the run of Barry Yulungura. He's having a late burst here, Yulungura. Been in the play this last quarter. Goes backwards and finds Wilson. They'll start it all over again. Deep inside defensive 50. Kick up to Adam Tipungwoody. Under pressure now. He dropped the mark. Ball comes back to Jack Lant. Handballs backwards to Jack Williams. Williams goes from 45, has the kick on goal and hits the left behind post. So the goal umpire signals out of bounds on the full. And Jack Wilson to take this from the right back pocket for the Tiwi Bombers. They trail Saints 59 to 125. 16 and a half gone in this quarter. And that sigh from Natasha Medbury shows you that the kick went out of bounds for the Tiwi Bombers.
He had the free kick and he's only gained about 20 metres. It was a terrible kick. And now there's a boundary throw and on the 50 for St Mary's. So coming over to do the ruck work is Shawnee Edwards. So Shawnee Edwards up against Tyler Bell. Goes down to Carroll for Tiwi. Kicks it up to centre wing. Byrne tries to take the mark. The numbers again are there for St Mary's. Jellyman Taylor kicks it and finds a player all by himself. And it's that man again. Jack Lant takes an uncontested mark in the forward 50 for St Mary's. So this time he's pretty much directly in front, but about from the same distance. He's going to go back and have a crack. So he's looking for his second goal. Got a good kick off the boot. Like he's gets a lot of power through the footy.
He's a really stocky, solid young man as well.
Kicks it on the paint of the 500, and it sails through the goal. So he's got his second on the board. St Mary's have their 20th goal of the game, so leading 20-11, 131 to Tiwi Bombers 8-11-59 with 18 minutes gone in this last quarter.
It was great play there by Jellyman Taylor. Saints won the ball on the wing and then got the ball to Jellyman Taylor, who's all by himself in the middle, and he summed up the situation, the forward line. Saw Jack Lant by himself and kicked it to him, and great finish by Jack Lant. His kicking style and technique is really good, and he's really provided a really good option with the other small forwards for St Mary's today in the forward line. Have really created a headache for the Tiwi Bombers coaching staff and players there. So he's going to be a really important player going towards the other end of the season.
Natasha, just checking with you, Tiwi Bombers haven't kicked a goal yet this quarter. Who are the goal kickers for Saints this quarter?
The goal kickers for Saints, Jacob Long, Nathaniel Paredes and Jack Lant.
So those three, the goal kickers. Tiwi Bombers now with the ball out of the middle from the ruck contest. Kick from Fletcher Carroll, cut off beautifully by Anthony Long as it was going towards Darcy. Darcy, however, recovers well, gets the ball to Byrne. He's tackled by Wilkinson. Wilkinson handball up to a teammate in Musgrove was really good. Out wide now to Goddard. Marks that ball at left half back. Chip inboard to Williams was dangerous. Williams made it look good. Took the mark. A welcome addition to this St Mary's team. And on the handball again to Jack Lant. Running past. Runs all the way to centre wing. Long kick up into attacking 50. Bowled over was Jack Lant by his opponent in Aaron Christensen. Ball goes to ground, comes to Carroll. Barry Yulangura didn't take it with him. Williams does. Little snap on goal. Bo Tedcastle should be first. There he is. He's a clever player. Steps around his opponent. Oh my goodness, how do you even describe that? He stepped around his opponent and then from the right forward pocket, he only had metres to work with. He kicked it really hard towards the space that was there, which wasn't much. And Fred, I think it's just skimmed
I wrote that one down.
Left behind the left goal post for a point. I thought that was a goal.
Yeah, it looked a goal from here. He's got some skills
on the replay there.
I reckon through the bounce it hit the flag, and that counts as the post. I think the flag's at the back there.
Bo Tedcastle nearly at his fourth.
Yeah,
what an exciting player he is.
So Tiwi Bombers here with Carroll. Called him a lot today for the Bombers. Kicks it to centre wing. At the back was Monongetti. Never stops trying. Shawnee Edwards with a inside-out torpedo. He's got the numbers there, but Jack Lant goes without it. Regathers now. Hand passes to Kieran Pownell. Goes backwards towards Jack Williams. Jack Williams with Jellyman Taylor.
Jellyman Turner.
Sorry. Kicks it into the 50 and no one's picked up that player again. Nate Paredes just all by himself. Wowee. He's going to go back and have a shot for his fourth goal. He's already kicked a goal in this last quarter, Nate Paredes. So
well, he's on 4 now, Tash. I've got him a goal every quarter so far.
Okay, yeah. No, I think I've got that one wrong. Comes in Nate Paredes and sprays it to the near side. So through for a behind for St Mary's. 21 minutes gone.
I think a player, sign of a kick of a tired player. He's tried really hard.
Well, we've talked about him being a player who usually gets 30 possessions, I reckon he's up there now, and he's kicked his 4 goals for the afternoon. Long kick out. Lloyd Raymond went the high fly again. Got hands to it, but couldn't take the mark close to the boundary.
He's actually a good asset for St Mary's, Lloyd Raymond. He's a young fella. He's got a bit of speed and something different.
Yeah, indeed. Adds a bit of space, a bit of pace, I should say, and makes a lot of space. Grenfell nudges his opponent out of the way, comes back in and gets the footy. Second crack at it, got a good kick away. Goddard couldn't take possession. Fletcher Carroll came through and did. Got it away to Austral. Austral kick up and under. Mark almost taken by Jellyman Turner off the hands of Wilkinson. Disciplined way, goes back to Jellyman Turner, who was in space. His kick was terrible. Hit Bradley Palapurmini, who was 5 metres away. He didn't mean it. Palapurmini's kick, a long one, down towards Byrne. On the chase from Musgrove. Byrne, the good kick. He snapped it towards goals, and unfortunately for him, it bounced the wrong way in the goal square and hit the goal post. And now Saints on the rebound. Jacob Long, the long kick out here towards Lockie Taylor. He's a runner. He's got fast. 2 bounces already. He's going to go by hand. Up towards Goddard, goes back to Taylor. He's an unlikely looking footballer, is Taylor, but he's a good one. Up towards Lloyd Raymond, who's gone the screamer again. No hands in the back, said the umpire. I don't know about that. Coming away with it, Scagliarini. Good effort by Lloyd Raymond to lay the tackle. Ball came to Patrick Heenan. Long kick from him is going to get cut off here by Jack Williams in the centre of the ground.
So Jack Williams for St Mary's have a number of players on. They've flooded back here, St Mary's. So Jellyman Turner kicks it in and finds the St Mary's player as the siren goes.
Ted Castle.
Ted Castle again. So Ted Castle already wrote down number 4 next to his name for goal in the 4th quarter. But unfortunately it hit the post. So full time here, just waiting for Ted Castle. I like the way his approach is. This young fella. Star in the making already, a rising star. 2 steps and straight through the middle. So Ted Castle finishes the game with 4 goals, and St Mary's 21-13, 139, defeated the Tiwi Bombers 8-12-60.
Thanks very much for that, Natasha. And gee, don't want to put too much pressure on people, but Ted Castle making his presence felt here this up.